We are live at CollectCo. I can start with new stuff, or there's a crate back there I can go back through. It's the crate that's really full on the counter. It's really full. That's all stuff that I can probably go back through. Yeah, I got to start sorting those tonight. Okay, everybody. Sorry I went live right when we were in the middle of a conversation. We can blame that on Seth. Seth's used to getting blame on him. So, right, Seth? Right. All right, let's get this shared. YouTube's looking good. Great. Merry Christmas Eve. Let's see, when is it? Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas Eve times 6. It's here. Just like that, Christmas time is here again. Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time. John Lennon, Merry Christmas, War is Over. What Christmas means to me. Happy Holidays, Andy Williams. All right. I was hoping you'd do a coin and knife tonight. That's Wednesday night, James. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. All righty. Let's... Yeah, I'm about to put it up right now. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We got a crate of new vinyl. Let me open up Restream and get that rolling. Restream. Why did we go to that? I need the chat. Okay. I'm ready for it now, Tanner. Oh, boy, these crates get heavier every day. I guess records are getting heavier. All right. We have a crate of new vinyl here. I'm just going to go right to it. Just a few new titles. This is Monday night. It's approximately 7 o'clock, 7:05 now, Central Time. If you're into buying records, especially those that are off from work this week, or just if maybe you're not off from work, maybe it's a normal week for you until Friday or Saturday, we're having a record sale tonight. We're having a record sale tomorrow night. Wednesday night, we're going to be selling coins and knives. We got a new knife collection in. Hadn't shown it yet. We've got new currency in. We've got new coins in. We're going to be selling coins and knives, records, silver, and possibly even some gold on Wednesday night. Then we're doing another sale Thursday night and another sale Friday night. So 4 record sales this week, and then we're going to take time off for Christmas. And I'm off until I think I need another job. There you go. All right, so first record of the night. Let's get everything situated and ready to go. We got a restock of Slipknot Iowa, limited edition translucent green vinyl. I have no waiting list. Everybody who wanted one got one. So these are available for sale. This is Iowa Slipknot. Looks cold in Green Bay. Hey, Monday Night Football's on. Seth, you're not doing your job. Monday Night Football. Iowa Slipknot is $36.99. We have about 10 copies of those in. Not a bad place, not a bad thing to have. Based on recent trends with those. This is very interesting that these still come available. This is Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder. I have 3 available for $49.99. About a year ago, they reissued this as a 3 LP box set, which was the complete concert. This is the standard 2 LP that's remastered. Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder. We don't get this too often. They don't press too many of them at a time. We have 3 available. They're $49.99. Pink Floyd Live, The Delicate Sound of Thunder. Amazing live concert. What's that first track, or that track I like, Yet Another Movie? Yeah, Yet Another Movie. Learning to Fly. Great stuff there. $49.99. I would love to have been at some of those shows, but that was well before my time. Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder, $49.99. Not too far before my time. What year was most of this recorded? 93? 87? Yeah, this is 87. Because you can sometimes find originals of this, but man, we don't get those too often either. So we got the first sale of the night, and technically the first sale of the week to Alice Lowry. Thank you. I've got 2 of those left. A restock of the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? This is the 25th anniversary remaster from Abbey Road Studios. The classic Cranberries album has Dreams and Linger on it, and this is $31.99. We didn't have a wait list for this either, but I made sure I restocked that because we definitely need that, always in stock. Arm Lizelle also wants Pink Floyd, so 2 Pink Floyd sold. We have 1 left. You can always count on selling some Pink Floyd. And I got another restock of Rob Zombie, The Sinister Urge, and Mr. Zombie is $33.99. I had a waiting list with Eric Beck on there. Rob Zombie, Sinister Urge, Eric Beck, I've already got you down for 1. You were on a waiting list from last week, and I have 1 left. I also have, because since I've been in the store a couple times, let's see, was it last Monday? I don't know. While I was here during hours, at least 2 times last week, I had ladies asking for Dolly's Greatest Hits to buy for their granddaughter who wanted it for a Christmas gift, and they couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, holy moly, I need those in stock. So Dolly, Diamonds and Rhinestones, $44.99. This is a new release. It's her greatest hits. It's all of the good stuff. 9 to 5, Jolene, I Will Always Love You, Coat of Many Colors, Islands in the Stream. This is it. Tennessee Mountain Home, Love is Like a Butterfly. Dolly is $44.99. That's a 2 LP greatest hits. Career spanning. And this is a new release from Music on Vinyl this week. I technically need to pull my 2 copies out, so I really only have 1 to sell, but if we need to sell 3 of them, that's okay. I did a pre-order for this, and we pre-sold 3. 1 to Brian White, 1 to Matt Algram, and 1 to Matt Hamilton. Brian, Matt, and Matt. And that is the new 10th anniversary of Skyfall. Limited edition 1,500 numbered copies on silver-colored vinyl. Original score music by Thomas Newman. It has a poster and a 4-page booklet. And that is limited and numbered from Music on Vinyl, Skyfall. If you're a James Bond collector, you'll probably know that most of his movies, you can buy the soundtrack, him being Daniel Craig. There's one era of Bond that there is no soundtracks for, and that's the Pierce Brosnan era. All the 90s and early 2000s movies, they did not make any soundtracks on vinyl. I'm hoping one day, Music on Vinyl, that would make my year if they announced they were going to do all the 90s Bond, really 90s and 2000s, yeah, because 95, I think there was one out in 99, 95, 99, 04, right in that era where no vinyl was being made. That'd be amazing. No Adele. These, like Casino Royale, the Casino Royale doesn't have the Chris Cornell. No Adele on here. It's just the score music. And those are, sorry I didn't get a price. Those are $46.99. $46.99. I don't have these stickered. What a great movie. John Sheehan wants a Slipknot. Okay, that was the first crate of the night, just all new arrivals. I'm going to start. John has his 6 crates of new vintage. I'm going to go through those, then we'll go through some old bins and put them on sale. I think y'all know the drill. So one more time. First, Corey Wade wants a Skyfall. There's 2 left. If no one buys them, I keep 2 of most of these kind of things that come in, especially James Bond. So Music on Vinyl 10 years ago did the other one too. I have that. They still had those on black vinyl not too long ago. They had them in print, but this is a new colored version, limited and numbered. So, Slipknot, Iowa. If you don't have this already, probably, I'm going to say, besides their first album, the most desirable and requested Slipknot album. This is the indie exclusive or the limited edition green vinyl, pretty much the same thing. Foil cover. I surprisingly got a restock of those, so there's about 9 of them left. 1 copy of Pink Floyd, Delicate Sound of Thunder, $49.99. And I have 3 copies of the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? $31.99. Rob Zombie is $33.99. I've got 2 copies left of the Dolly, Diamonds and Rhinestones, and Skyfall, 007, 10th anniversary, limited and numbered. And if I need to sell those, I will, because I checked and those were still in stock. So, $46.99 on Skyfall. It includes poster, too. I think it's the same poster they put in the last one. Kind of like an action shot of Bond or something. Best of my memory. All right, let's go through. Do we want to do new arrivals or putbacks? Let's do putbacks. I like showing those as soon as possible. Yeah. Are the sticky notes still on these? They are, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do this. I know y'all like putbacks, so this is good stuff too. So let's go through some putbacks. Lisa Montgomery wants a Skyfall. Uh-oh, now I got to order more. Let's see. Let's give Lisa this one. Lisa, you're getting number, wow, 114. We got some low numbers on these. They made 1,500. I should have picked out the lowest one. That really don't matter to me. I'm not big on what number it is. Unless literally number 1. 007 would be pretty cool. That would be really cool, actually. Find a number 007. But, these are putbacks and non-payments. I think about half of it's non-payments, and I think about half of it's putbacks or stuff that we accidentally tagged to the wrong person, and we couldn't find the rightful owner, etc., or just something random came in and it got randomly tagged to somebody. So we sell a lot of records. This is probably, this is from Doug's office, so this is, and we hadn't pulled these in several months, or probably a couple months. So not bad, probably selling several thousand records a week. These are our only non-payments that we've had to cancel right off the bat. So, all right, let's see what's in here. We have Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas. You're probably going to be seeing me rip off a lot of sticky notes, but that's okay. Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas. As of the moment, we don't have any of these in stock except for the one I'm holding. Ray Charles, The Spirit of Christmas. That's $28.99. Day 4 of retirement, and I said I had to slow down. I find myself trying not to buy anything. Happy retirement, Paul. I didn't realize you had retired. Well, now you have plenty of time to listen to music and buy music. Ray Charles is $28.99. Kiss Alive 3, $44.99. Kiss Alive 3, $44.99. We have Spyro Gyra Carnival, $9.99. That's a very heavy feeling record. That's in shrink wrap. Spyro Gyra. Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires, $36.99 for Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. The New Radiators, or The Radiators, New Orleans. That is $19.99. The Radiators, New Orleans, $19.99 on that. That is a cardboard divider. We don't need that. Dolly Parton, Home for Christmas, $28.99. As of the moment, this is the only copy I think we have of that in stock. That is, this album originally came out as a club-only release, I'm pretty sure, in 1990. Very difficult to find a copy of that, an original copy, $28.99. I don't have any, actually I do. I found one more platter pack, John, of 45s that I have ready that we'll probably show later tonight. And then I took some pictures of some that John found in the back tonight. Amazing stuff. I don't know where we keep finding all these, but this was sold originally at auction. Keith Whitley and Ricky Skaggs for $45. Keith Whitley and Ricky Skaggs, $45. It's in shrink wrap. Really nice copy. $45 on that. Madonna, Bedtime Stories. That is $28.99. Madonna, Bedtime Stories, $28.99. Lisa Montgomery wants this. Tanner, that is $45. I don't have a price on that because it was sold at auction, I think canceled. Triumph, Japanese pressing of Triumph Thunder 7. This sold for $43, and you can buy it for that same price. Japanese pressing of Triumph Thunder 7. A Very Special Christmas is $29.99. A Very Special Christmas. That is new and sealed. A Very Special Christmas. Megadeth, piece sales, but who's buying, is $38.99. Megadeth, piece sales, but who's buying, $38.99. And Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight, is $29.99. If you're just joining us, these are all putbacks or non-payments that I am reselling. So it's pretty much a random bin. There's new, there's vintage, there's Japanese, there's all kinds of stuff in here. The La Bamba soundtrack. La Bamba soundtrack is $19.99. Gold stamp promo, near mint. Los Lobos, Bo Diddley, Brian Setzer. That is $19.99. Frank Sinatra, Frank's Christmas Greetings, $24.99. That's on gold-colored vinyl, I believe. That's new and sealed. Pinup Girls Christmas. Pinup Girls Christmas is also $24.99. That's new and sealed. Do we have any Twilight Zone soundtracks? Or any of the Twilight soundtracks? No, I don't. I think Music on Vinyl did those, and the Chronicles of Narnia about the same time, but that is... that's around the same, that's before we really started dealing in them. Oh my gosh, it's a Pablo Cruz that didn't get paid for or got canceled or put back or something. I don't know if it was put back, canceled, but it's $9.99. Pablo Cruz. LM LV77, I forgot who that was. Who is LM LV77? I know they've bought from us. Who? Yvette, yes. Yvette Vergara, thank you. Yvette wants the Madonna. Alex Roman wants the La Bamba soundtrack. That's sold to Alex Roman. And Steve Zyman is the lucky winner of the Pablo Cruz. Sell that to Steve Zyman. Thank you, Yvette. Tanner remembered, I couldn't. Let me grab some Japanese pressing. So we got a lot of stuff in here. Let me start grabbing a few and running some Japanese auctions. We're going to get some of these sold for sure. For sure. Let me find which one we want to run first. All right. The big surprise. All right. Before I get started, let me show a few more out of here. Herman's Hermits, 15's Greatest Hits. $19.99. Herman's Hermits 15 Greatest Hits, that's $19.99. And Stranger Things 4 soundtrack. Stranger Things 4 soundtrack is $44.99. That is new and sealed. The newest season, the newest soundtrack. The Monkees Christmas Party is $28.99. That's on red and green vinyl. The Monkees Christmas Party, red and green vinyl, that is $28.99. The MoFi box sold for $1,205. Okay, our first auction of the night for our Japanese pressings is the Monkees Instant Replay. The Monkees Instant Replay. I am going to start this one at $30. I think we've put this one up before, but I'm not for sure. But I'm going to start this one at $30. The Monkees Instant Replay, near mint Japanese copy. It's got the Japanese lyric insert. Really nice cover. Does have some of the foxing on the back. No problems with the obi. That's a $30 start. Monkees Instant Replay. Japanese press, $30 start on that. And I've got a Japanese press of Van Halen 1984. Really nice cover. I would say near mint. It does have the original Japanese insert. Van Halen 1984 Japanese press. Near mint vinyl. This is probably sound quality as far as something vintage or original. Probably about the best you can get on this. I mean, there's remastered, but probably far as something that's probably analog and not digital. The Japanese press of this is probably about the best you can get until the one-steps come out, which will probably be sometime late next year. And those are going to be $150 or $125. So This is just going to be a $25 start. Really nice copy of Van Halen 1984. Jump, Panama, all weight. $30 start. $30 start on the Monkees and $25 start on Van Halen. John Young Monkees. I got an invoice today. Okay. Well, we probably hadn't replied. Sometimes we don't reply immediately, but we will. So if you got an invoice, are you saying you got an invoice and you didn't buy anything on there, or you got an invoice and there was something on there that you didn't buy? If it's something on there you didn't buy, we'll just take it off. But you have to give us Donnie Haney. Yeah. Donnie Haney. We probably just hadn't got to see it yet. Share. This is $24.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Share is, it's her self-titled album from 1987, $24.99. I think Josh is working on that right now. John Young wanted the Monkees Christmas album. Okay. John, I thought you saw Instant Replay and you had jumped right on that, so I didn't buy anything. Okay, it might have been an old waiting list or a pre-order. It was a MoFi sleeves. Okay. So that's, Donnie, sorry we didn't reply immediately, but on some things like that, you have to give us maybe 24, 48 hours. Okay, Josh is actually in the back canceling non-payment stuff right now. So I have more records to show you in just a second. Yeah, I think that was a waiting list. Those MoFi sleeves is something you wanted on a waiting list for the last time we showed them. So they came in and we billed you for them. Depeche Mode Violator, $34.99. Depeche Mode Violator is $34.99. Bill Withers, his Ultimate Collection is $26.99. Bill Withers, his Ultimate Collection, $26.99. That's on blue vinyl. All of his hits, Ain't No Sunshine, Lean on Me, Grandma's Hands. And we have the Cars. This is the Rocktober limited edition clear vinyl, $29.99. The Cars Candy O. And I've already showed Share. And we have Top Gun Maverick soundtrack on white vinyl, $36.99. Okay, here's an update on our auctions. We have Van Halen 2530, 2525, 3235. I've got Craig Proper at 35 on the Van Halen 1984. That's a Japanese press. No Obi, but it's near mint. And the Monkees, we're looking for a $30 start. No less on this one. Of course, I'll still make it a buy it now, but I will keep this if we don't sell it for 30. And y'all know what I mean when I say I'll keep something. I'll definitely keep it. It's kind of not too easy of a record to get. And that one's really nice being a Japanese pressing. Michael Bublé Christmas album is $29.99. That's on red vinyl. We have Puff Daddy, No Way Out. That's a 2LP limited edition white vinyl. That is $46.99. Puff Daddy, No Way Out. And Prince, The Hits. That is a 2LP Prince, The Hits, Volume 1, $39.99. So sometimes you'll get an invoice from us. I know some people, they'll get an invoice maybe like Donnie got, and they'll be like, I didn't buy anything this week. And it's probably a waiting list item. Because if y'all know, sometimes when we're showing new vinyl, we put you on a waiting list. Some people have 3 waiting list items come in, and they'll have a whole new invoice, for waiting list items. So that's what happens when that happens. So, okay, Bob Riger wants the Cars. Bob Riger takes the Cars Candy O. It's pretty much like a pre-order. So, Steve Miller Band Live. This is $19.99. Steve Miller Band Live is $19.99. Don't see that one too often. $19.99 on that. And, oh, look what we have here. A Warrant Cherry Pie. $39.99. This is number 950. This is one of the last ones we have that doesn't have a messed up sticker or anything. That is $39.99. Warrant Cherry Pie. High bid on Van Halen right now is David Tate. David Tate at $40. Yep, David Tate at $40. David Tate at $40. Bob Riger got the Cars. Alice is out. The Monkees is not a greatest hits. No, Instant Replay, from what I understand, is It's like a regular studio release. And I'm looking for a $30 start on it. Final call, because I was going to end that whenever we sell Van Halen, but Van Halen's still getting bids. And first, we have Chris Crowley to the live Steve Miller Band. And warrant is sold to Howard Benway. Look how many more people still want one. And this is, I think there's one more in this bin. So everybody be on your toes. I think there's one more putback or non-payment left in this bin. But technically, we're sold out of these. I sold another one last night on eBay for $89.99. I think that makes 8 I've sold on eBay. So I still have about 40. But like I said, I told y'all I was going to sell 250 here and then 50 online. And I have 42 left, but those are a different price. So I emailed one of my distributors, and I still have to email the other one. And I've pretty much told them I'll take all the warrant, dirty, rotten, filthy, rich. That title messes with me. Dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking rich I can get. I said I'll even take 500 if I can get them. So, all right.
What's the price on
$46.99. Okay. All right, so that warrant went to Howard. Bill was second, Carol was third, James McGowan was fourth, Linda fifth, Thomas sixth. Craig Propper's at 45 on Van Halen. Thomas O'Brien, you were also down there. Brent, we're looking for a $30 start on the Monkeys. Cherry Pie is $39.99, but that was the last one I had, except for maybe one more left in this crate. So, 1969 studio album made of earlier outtakes, some from 66. Thank you, John. Warrant. And okay. All right, next record is Missy Elliott, Under Construction, $44.99. Missy Elliott, Under Construction. And we also had Whitney Houston, One Wish, the Holiday album. That's pretty much Whitney Houston's Christmas album, $26.99. Cheech and Chong, Big Bamboo. That is $19.99. No rolling paper. Somebody's already smoked it. And Arthur, the album. Some of these sticky notes I can't get off. Arthur, the album. This was something we must have done on sale because it said I sold it for $4.99. If anybody wants that for $4.99. The Offspring's Greatest Hits, $34.99. The Offspring's Greatest Hits. And Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast over Hammersmith, 40th anniversary, $64.99. $64.99. Okay, so Craig's at 45 on Van Halen. That's going twice, going 3 times. If anybody wants to bid, you need to do it very quickly. Brent Rabley is in on the Monkeys at 30. That's going once, going twice to Brent Rabley. I have plenty of toolboxes. I have plenty. If anybody still wants a toolbox, we have 2 down. We didn't bill them. The 2 people who bought one Saturday night, we still got your names down. We were trying to sell 10 so we could do the drawing for $50, but we've only sold 2. I've posted it twice, and we've showed it live twice. We're only at 2. So David Tate's back in on Van Halen at 46. Brandon Jackson wanted Cheech from Cheech and Chong. 3 Days Grace, this was $28.99. 3 Days Grace is $28.99. And we have Power Man 5000, $38.99. Power Man 5000, $38.99. Well, I'm getting a pile of sticky notes over here. Megadeth 13 is $38.99. Megadeth 13 is $38.99. And the first Sesame Street movie ever soundtrack, $29.99. And I think this includes a poster that came with it of some sort, or game. Yeah, some kind of poster game. Yeah, it's pretty much like a board game when it folds out. That is near mint, $29.99. David Tate has Van Halen for 46. Whoop, I'll go ahead and show the other warrant. Here's the other warrant. First come, first serve on this one. Whoa, this one's number 44. That one was put back or not paid for, one of the 2. That's one of the last good ones I have. Look at all the comments. I guess we can show the last, or did we sell those? Yeah, we pulled those out. I think I think those are all gone. We even sold the ones with the messed up sticker. Yeah, this is all I got. Unless we have more people not pay for them, or unless there's more that's put back. So who was first on this one? Kevin Jordan. Kevin Jordan got that one. Warrant cherry pie. That's so, and of course that's $39.99. What a bargain. Oh, Tanner gave me a garbage can to put all the sticky notes. Thank you. Most of these records are from one person that didn't pay for these. So I've ripped off his name several times here. Okay, 80s Collected Volume 2 is $44.99. 80s Collected Volume 2, $44.99. So Kevin Jordan was first on that warrant, then James McGowan, Carol Puckett, Linda Hasty, Sean David, Kevin Squires, Bill Fratsky, Mark Shelton, Shane McKinney, Brian Brickle, Patty Anderson Williams. Bob Riger on Megadeth. Bob Riger on Megadeth. Okay, I think we can sell Van Halen. David Tate, $46. Van Halen, 1984, sold to David Tate. And the Monkees Instant Replay sold to Brent Rabley for $30. The Rolling Stones, Bridges to Babylon, $59.99. The Rolling Stones, Bridges to Babylon, $59.99. And we have Jane's Addiction, Ritual de lo Habitual, and that is $36.99. That's a 2LP colored vinyl on that. I forgot about this guy. New Person, also a lot of stuff not paid for. First thing is Chris Stapleton, I'm a Ram. That's a 7-inch single, $11.99. That's a new release that just came out a few weeks ago. And ZZ Top El Loco. ZZ Top El Loco. That is $32.99. ZZ Top El Loco, $32.99. There's Chris Stapleton. Scream, $24.99. Delta Rebels, The Hangman, TSOL, Scream compilation. Scream, the 12-inch Pro. That is $24.99. Lisa Montgomery on Chris. I have more of these, by the way. Yep, they're up here by our jewelry display. I've got about 5 more of these if anybody wants one. Chris Stapleton, that is $11.99. That's sold to Lisa. And Brent Rabley wants El Loco. Let me pull a couple new Japanese auctions. I have more Van Halen near mint stuff without an Obi. We definitely need to run those. And I have, let's see here. How about a low start Elton John? Let's see what we got here. I've got Diver Down. I'll also start this one for $25. If you missed my little blurb earlier, I was saying probably when it comes to a vintage or an original copy, this is probably about the most affordable, nice sounding Van Halen record you can get when it comes to, you know, something vintage or original that's analog. Of course, there's remasters, which are digital. And then they're doing MoFi's doing the one-steps that come out probably sometime late next year. They could be middle of next year, but they hadn't set it a date, so it's at least 6 months out. And those are going to be 125 or 150, I think. So these aren't bad pressings. Of course, if you get them with the Obi, they're a little bit more, but for what we're starting these at, not bad. So Diver Down has the original inner sleeve, $25 start. There's the Japanese insert with lyrics. Really nice cover. No foxing or anything on this one. And as you can expect, the vinyl is near mint. So Diver Down, and that's a $25 start. And I'll also do the same for Elton John, Rock of the Westies. $25 start on Elton John. Nice cover. Obi, Japanese insert. That was an insert that I think came with most of the U.S. pressings. And that's the original inner sleeve, picture inner sleeve, and near mint vinyl. Very nice, very clean. $25 start on Elton, Rock of the Westies. So 25 and 25 on that. Still not done with this crate of putbacks. We have Clutch, Blast Tyrant. Clutch, Blast Tyrant is $33.99. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. This was VG Plus $24.99. VG Plus $24.99 for Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. Billy Idol, self-titled. This is $24.99. Wow. Nice copy, too. Billy Idol. It's actually his second. The way he released stuff, it was kind of strange, but no, that's technically his first, yeah. Sold to Corey Wade. I was about to say, that probably sold before I put it back in the bin. The Black Crowes, Southern Companion and Musical Harmony, $44.99. So Alice is at 25 on Van Halen, going twice, going 3 times. Jeff McIntosh is at 25 on Elton John. Corey got Billy Idol. Randy was second. Does Elton John have Your Song? No, it doesn't. That's on his first self-titled U.S. album. Nashville's first album featuring all local talent, Street Hits. 103 KDF Rock, Nashville Rock Sampler, $14.99. 103 KDF Rock Sampler, $14.99. Pure Cult, the singles. Pure Cult, the singles. That is $34.99. Black Sabbath, Mob Rules, $34.99. Randy Scarborough's in on Van Halen at 26, and Michael Bohannon takes the Black Crowes. That's sold to Michael Bohannon. Jimi Hendrix, Axis Bold as Love, $26.99. Tommy Green wants the Cult. I have more of these if anybody else wants one. I have more copies of the Cult if anybody wants one. John Cougar Mellencamp, is $19.99. Has the original inner sleeve. Tommy Green got the Cult. Scott Smith wants Clutch, Blast Tyrant. Black Sabbath was not an OG. No, that was a 2LP remaster. Steve is at 27 on Elton John, and Alice is back in on Van Halen at 28. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, original inner sleeve, near mint, $29.99. Hall & Oates, this was only $4.99. That was part of my blowout bin. It's in shrink wrap. It's a 12-inch single. That's only $4.99, Hall & Oates. And we have a very old order here. This is the original pre-order for Alice in Chains Dirt. $36.99. $36.99. Jeff back in on Elton John at 28, and that's the same price we have Alice for on Van Halen. And Brian Brickle takes Hall & Oates. $4.99 on that, Tanner. Excuse me. And Kevin Cabina wants Dirt. If anybody else wants a copy, while these are available, $36.99. I have a prediction to make. I don't know. They made a lot of these. They pressed tens of thousands of these, I'm sure of it, based on how many I still see in stock. Give it about 6 months. It might take a little bit longer, but these will eventually be gone, and it'll be like Facelift is right now. If y'all remember, they pressed Facelift. It was a one-time run. They made a bunch of them, and then you couldn't get them. Then they made another batch. Boom, all gone, and once again, you can't get them. Same thing. People ask that, like, same thing about Smashing Pumpkins. It's like, I think it's just that big of a demand. When they press these, they make tens of thousands of them, but I think it's just the demand. So those are still available. Do you have any more AIC Dirt? Yes, I've got a stack of these. I can see right here behind me, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I've got 14 or 15 right here behind me. So that one is sold to Kevin. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Alice is back in on Van Halen at 32. And I think we're still at 28 on Elton John. Yep. Jeff McIntosh is at 28 on Elton John. Randy, if you're still bidding, or excuse me, Steve Zyman, if you're still bidding, let me know. And if everybody's out, just say out. Darwin says he'll also take a Dirt. Tanner's got that pulled for you. What's Facelift going for? I hadn't checked in a while, but I'd say a sealed copy would be tough to get one for under, I'm going to say right now, probably under 100. I don't know, though. That might be high. But I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find one right quick. I don't know. The 2LP, you might get one for 60. I see where one here sold 23 bids, $61. So, I mean, when they're out, they're well, there's where one sold for 99, 71, 50. They're not quite selling for 100, but it looks like they're a lot more than what the original MSRP was. Looks like they're almost twice as much now on average. Okay. Elton John's at 31. They made a lot of those. That's something they made a lot of. That's never going to be selling for hundreds, I don't think, or anything like that, unless they don't make any for like another 2 or 3 years or something crazy, which they will. So, okay, Van Halen. Let me get everybody updated before I bring out a new crate. Last bid on Van Halen. Can you see it, Tanner? I had to reset my phone. 32 of Alice Lowry. Going twice, going 3 times. Elton John's at 31. This is sold for $4.99, the Hall & Oates. This was... Oh, he wanted to put it back. Okay. So Hall & Oates is still available. That's $4.99. A Possession Obsession. It actually has... It has 3 songs on it. It has 3 songs on it. So let me read back through these titles. These are all putbacks and non-payments. Hall & Oates, Ray Charles, Spirit of Christmas, Kiss Alive 3, Spyro Gyra, Greta Van Fleet, The Radiators, Dolly Parton, Triumph, Very Special Christmas, Megadeth, Linkin Park, Frank Sinatra, Pinup Girls, Herman's Hermits 15 Greatest Hits, Stranger Things 4, Depeche Mode Violator, Bill Withers Ultimate Collection, Cher, Top Gun, Michael Bublé Christmas, Puff Daddy, Prince The Hits, Whitney Houston, Missy Elliott, Arthur, The Offspring's Greatest Hits, Iron Maiden, 3 Days Grace, Power Man 5000, Sesame Street, 80s Collected Volume 2, Stones, Bridges to Babylon, not 9 Inch Nails, oh my gosh, Jane's Addiction, Scream, compilation, Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2, Street Stuff, the KDF rock sampler. Black Sabbath is not an OG. It's not an OG. Jimi Hendrix, Axe as Bold as Love, John Cougar Mellencamp, and Cyndi Lauper. Cuda Bryan's in on Elton John at 35. Jeff says he's out. Scott Smith wants a Megadeth, and I have more of those if anybody else wants one. That's Megadeth piece sales, but who's buying? That's sold to Scott Smith. Kevin Kubina wants Volume 80s Collected Volume 2, and he wants Black Sabbath, Mob Rules, and no, that was not an OG for Brent. I think he missed my last answer on that. Where is Mob Rules? There, and there's 80s. I do have more 80s Collected Volume 2. And Paul Brothers wants the Rock KDF, and he wants a Dirt. Alice in Chains Dirt. Tanner's going to get the Dirt. Kevin Kubina also wants Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 2. I'm going to sell these auctions. Van Halen, Diver Down. I think Tanner said 32. Is that right? 32 to Alice Lowry. And Elton John's Greatest Hits is sold. Jeff said he was out. And that's Brian White, Cuda Brian on YouTube. That's $35 sold. All right, let me grab a crate. We have not done a new crate of vintage yet. So those were putbacks. I've got one more bin, half bin like that. And I've got plenty of new arrivals. It looks like we got 6 crates over here. So let me pick out one. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. All right. Let me see what we got over here. All right. The G is pronounced J. Spyro Gyra. Gyra. Why didn't they spell it with a J then? Makes much more sense. The Linkin Park was Minutes to Midnight. Minutes to Midnight. All right, let's see what we have in our new vintage arrivals. John's got a 6 He's got He's got 6 of them ready for us. And I'm going to keep bringing more Japanese auctions while we're doing that. On deck is Deep Purple's Greatest Hits and Van Halen Diver Down. I got more Japanese Van Halen to sell. By the way, Smashing Pumpkins Adore came in. We had 20 copies come in, and they're all spoken for. That was Richard Davis, Jeffrey Butts, George Buchanan, Michael O'Brien, Scott Smith, Whitney Croy, Eric Beck, Kevin Jordan, Matt Hamilton, Nick Pullen, Corey Wade, Chris Kirkley, Clay Moore, Terry Myers, Larry Underhill, Preston Rogers, Charles Hantz, Joe Barrio, Steve Howell, and Lily McCurry. If anybody wants to be on the waiting list for Smashing Pumpkins Adore, there was exactly 20 people comment, and we got exactly 20 in. But I have more ready. Tanner is handing me a copy. Here's what it looks like. It looks like they're on a run of pressing Smashing Pumpkins albums. 1998, remastered. There's also a Super Deluxe edition that I don't know about. I don't even think that's in print. I think that's an old hype sticker because I don't even think that's in print anymore, the Super Deluxe. If it is, we can't order it. That's something I'm not aware of. Or maybe that's just talking about a CD-only version, a 6 CD-only version. Tillman, if you want to see that Lincoln Park, let me know, and I'm going to start showing these new arrivals. Pure Prairie League, busting out. I have to say it because so many people ask. Yes, this has their hit song, Amy, on it. $19.99 on that. Jerry Stone wants on the Smashing Pumpkins Adore waiting list, and so does Paul Brothers. If anybody else wants on that waiting list, let me know. Those are, right now, they're $39.99. They're $39.99, the last batch was. Today's top sounds moving. This is Tilt. Full Tilt, that's a K-Tel comp. $9.99. Blondie, Pete Townsend. Wow, Devo, Whip It, Ambrosia. Cheap Trick, Pat Benatar. Full Tilt. Let me fight with these records for a second. I think they're good now. James McGowan, I missed that. James McGowan wanted a copy of Dirt. If anybody else wants one, let me know. Alice in Chains Dirt Remastered 2LP. They're $36.99. Smashing Pumpkins for Jerry and Paul. Then Jerry Wallace takes Pure Prairie League Bustin' Out. And then we have Full Tilt. It's $9.99. Lincoln Park was black vinyl. It's black vinyl. Columbia's 24 hits in the top 20 for 1982. That sounds good. $24.99. This is a Columbia compilation. It's 24 hits in the top 20 from Columbia from 1982. 2LP, it's a promo copy, $24.99. I've never seen that before. That's the first time I've said that tonight. Atlanta Classic Hits Volume 2. This is from the Atlanta collection. I can tell you that because I remember seeing this. In shrink wrap, this is $9.99. Three Dog Night, Joy to the World, Lovin' Spoonful, Do You Believe in Magic, California Dreamin', Good Lovin'. Wow, My Guy, House of the Rising Sun, Expressway to Your Heart. That's a good one. $9.99. Pete W. takes the K-Tel. So far, some good compilations. Orleans featuring John Hall. Orleans, Before the Dance. 2LP promo record. $19.99. Never seen that before. Duke Ellington, The Beginning, Volume 1 is $9.99. It's a Big Bad Beautiful Day by It's a Beautiful Day. It's a Beautiful Day is $9.99. That is near mint. Golden Goodies Volume 4. Golden Goodies Volume 4. That's a compilation on the Roulette, Locomotion, Little Eva, Peppermint Twist, $9.99. And Blue Oyster Cult Extraterrestrial Live, 2LP, $34.99. Tyler Browning wants the Atlanta compilation. Randy wants the track list on 1984. Give me 1 second on that one. Walk Cruise on Orleans. Walk Cruise on Orleans. I also need to go grab a bottle of water. Is that an Apple 45 on the back? If so, which one? Hey Jude. It was Hey Jude. I don't think that's actually on that comp, but it's in that picture. Let me grab a bottle of water. I ate an entire pizza before this show started, and it's kind of like Something about grease makes you thirsty, right, Tanner? Yeah, grease makes you thirsty. I probably shouldn't have ate an entire pizza. Randy, give me 1 second. I don't know if Craig's watching. I was about to say if he could do a quick copy and paste for us on that Columbia top 24 hits. But while I'm doing that, let me copy and paste over a Japanese auction. Another one, Van Halen, Fair Warning, no Obi, near mint, really nice cover, no damage. It has the original Japanese insert, and it has the original Van Halen sleeve. That is a $25 start. Van Halen, Fair Warning, $25 start. No Obi. We'll continue that with our Van Halen Japanese. And this is a really cool deep purple compilation. It's 24 karat purple. This is a $35 start, the cheapest I've ever offered it. Very nice glossy cover. Has a gold Obi. It's Deep Purple's greatest hits. Woman from Tokyo, Fireball, Strange Kind of Woman, Never Before, Black Knight, Speed King, and of course, Smoke on the Water and Child in Time. I think a couple of these are live. Yeah, Smoke on the Water's made in Japan. A couple of these are live. Some of them are taken from the studio. Very nice. Near mint, pristine vinyl. Perfect. And it includes this Japanese insert, which also doubles as a poster. $35 start on Deep Purple, 24 karat purple. That's a Japanese compilation. The salt makes you thirsty. Yeah, I guess it's the salt too. Pizza was pepperoni and mushroom. That's my go-to. Yeah, I usually, if I'm going to eat a pizza, it's going to be the entire thing. Hey, there's the track list. Thank you. Hey, Mike Massey took care of it. So yeah, this is a, Randy, this is 24 tracks from Columbia. It's a promo copy, $24.99. Men at Work, Journey, Kenny Loggins, Steve Perry. It's all the artists that were on Columbia. Marvin Gaye, Sexual Healing, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Men at Work, Toto, Denise Williams. Paul McCartney's on here, of course. Neil Diamond. That's $24.99. Let's see. Jordan is, we've got 3 people at 35 on Deep Purple. The first one was John Lang. And Van Halen's a $25 start. Another K-Tel compilation, Emotions, Today's Love Hits, All Originals, $9.99. Paul Davis, Commodore, Samantha Sang, Seals and Croft, Mary McGregor, David Soul, Barry Manilow. That is $9.99. Boz Scaggs, Moments. I will say, we get a lot of Boz Scaggs, but this is probably one of the 2 we don't get as often. And that one looks like it's new. $19.99. A Chipmunk Christmas, and it has the book with it. $19.99. A Chipmunk Christmas. Perfect. $19.99. Santa Claus came through on a fire truck, so I got distracted. I missed your answer to my question. The Pure Cult was new. Yes, it was. Pure Cult was new and sealed. Stacy Brown takes the Emotions K-Tel compilation. Derek Bowman takes the Boz Scaggs. And Deep Purple is at $40 with Jordan. Jordan was in first. No bid still on Van Halen. This is, I've seen this before. I got to squint. It's Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This one is called Brand New Day. That's one we don't see too often. Those are not clip corners. That's how the cover was made. It's got like a die-cut cover. $19.99 on that. Randy Scarborough is in on Van Halen at $25, and we got another $40 bid on Deep Purple. Dixie Dregs, Free Fall, $9.99 for the Dregs, Dixie Dregs. This is Crosby, Stills, and Nash Replay, $19.99. It's kind of like a compilation. You have Carry On, Marrakesh Express, Just a Song Before I Go. It is a compilation. First Things First, Love the One You're With, Pre-Road Dawns. It's kind of weird. So Far was a compilation which included the Neil Young albums. Then they came out with this, which was just the greatest hit of the trio with no Neil Young. So there's none of the Neil Young songs on here. 19.99. We don't get that too often. High bid on Deep Purple now was $42 with James McGowan. Brent Rabley wants Blood, Sweat, and Tears and the Dixie Dregs. Those are both sold to Brent Rabley. Nat King Cole, Those Lazy, Hazy, Crazy Days of Summer. $9.99 on Nat King Cole. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Dog Days. $9.99. Dog Days, Atlanta Rhythm Section. From the Atlanta collection, from the personal collection of Steve Cole. $9.99. Jordan is back in on Deep Purple at $45. Final Call on Van Halen for $25. A near mint Japanese pressing of Fair Warning. You're going to regret it. $25 start. Randy's in at $25. Final Call. So Randy's probably wanting me to go ahead and sell it. Steve Zyman gets the Atlanta Rhythm Section. I'm really surprised no one's bought the Chipmunk Christmas album yet. Near mint with the book. Pictures at an Exhibition is $19.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Steve Perry, Street Talk. Steve Perry from Journey, $19.99. The Kinks present a soap opera. Wow, $19.99. I think it's technically, well, it's definitely a reissue. It says Best Buy Series, but that's one I don't get too often. The Kinks present a soap opera, $19.99. Crosby, Stills, and Nash, CSN, is $19.99. There's another CSN. And Dexter Gordon, Blues Walk. The Montemari Collection, Volume 2 maybe, $14.99. Clay Moore is in on SP. Is that Steve Perry or soap opera? No, soap opera starts with an O. That's probably Steve Perry. Steve Perry sold to Clay Moore. And Randy, I have broken your heart, but I've done my job. Brent Rabley is in on Van Halen at $45. Deep Purple is also at $45. So Van Halen is at $45 and Deep Purple's at $45. I will show the Chipmunks record again. It is a Chipmunks Christmas. It is a gatefold. It has this book with it, 1981. It's like new. $19.99. Yeah, it was going a little too cheap. I was like, either everybody's asleep or somebody's waiting to bid. It's my job to really hype stuff up to make sure it doesn't sell too cheap. Otherwise, I'd have to fire Seth. That's $19.99, Jerry. Vanilla Fudge, Near the Beginning, $19.99. Exposed, a cheap peek at today's provocative new rock. This is a Warner Brothers compilation. We've had these before. Really good stuff. Has everything from Roseanne Cash to Judas Priest Breaking the Law to Judas Priest again to Loverboy. More Roseanne Cash, Ellen Foley, Adam and the Ants, Garland Jeffries. That is $24.99. Three Dog Night Around the World is $29.99. And Poco Head Over Heels, $9.99. The Young Rascals. This is a 1966 mono pressing, $29.99. About EX Plus. Just has a couple scuffs on it. Not a bad looking copy. Final Call on Van Halen for $45 and Final Call on Deep Purple for $45. I've missed something. Jerry Wallace wanted the Chipmunks album. That's sold to Jerry Wallace. And the 1982 comp was $24.99. $24.99, Scott. Tony Doyle wants on the Smashing Pumpkins Adored list. You got it. Stephen Stills 2 is $19.99. Linda Ronstadt, Hasten Down the Wind, $9.99. And The Brains. The Brains is in shrink wrap, $19.99. Elvin Bishop, Hometown Boy Makes Good, $19.99. And Madonna, True Blue, 12-inch single, $14.99. Madonna, True Blue. And Holiday. Oh, that's got some big songs on it. Holiday and True Blue. Average White Band, Cut the Cake, $14.99. And Jefferson Airplane, Volunteers. This is $29.99. This is an orange RCA, $29.99. Jefferson Starship. $29.99. Donnie Moore takes Madonna. Tom Steyer was second. All right, let's go ahead and sell Deep Purple. It was $45 to Jordan Vernoy. And Brent Rabley gets the Van Halen Fair Warning for $45. Those are both sold. Let me grab two new Japanese pressings. We have the following. Genesis. And do I have any more Van Halens? I don't, but I do have this, which we can run. Is that your vehicle? Okay. I was like, somebody's either blowing the horn or their vehicle's starting. Back to the bottom. Let's keep going with this crate first. Michael Murphy, Flowing Free Forever, $9.99. Herbie Hancock, Ready or Not. That's a white label promo 12-inch single, $24.99. Ready or Not and Ready or Not edited. Promo copy from Herbie Hancock. Paul Simon, Hearts and Bones, $19.99. Marshall Tucker Band, Tuckerized, $14.99. Little River Band, Sleeper Catcher, is $9.99. And Cheap Trick, this is their debut self-titled first album. Cheap Trick, orange label. That's an OG, $19.99 on Epic. Modern English, wow, Gathering Dust. Don't see their stuff too often. This is $39.99. Modern English. What an interesting looking record. I can't figure out what the front, I guess that's the front. $39.99. Mark Shelton on HE. HE. That might have auto-corrected from MT, maybe. Let me know what that was, and then I'll pull what's second. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this one for a second time offering. Genesis Invisible Touch, Japanese pressing, near mint cover. Let me retract that. Very close to near mint. There's some light, it's almost unnoticeable, discoloration at the top. Nice Obi. Thank you, Josh. See you probably Wednesday. And it has the Japanese inner sleeve, and the vinyl is near mint. I'm going to start this for $35. I think last time I said $45 start, no bid and no buy it now. So $35 start. This one has Invisible Touch on it, Tonight, Tonight, Land of Confusion, In Too Deep. Those are all good songs. And then it has Anything She Does, Domino, In the Glow of the Night, The Last Domino, Throwing It All Away, and The Brazilian. Those are all great songs. I consider this, if I ever make my top 500 albums, this will probably make the cut. That will probably make the cut. Band on the Run. This is a Japanese pressing. I'm going to start this one at just $20. Yes, you heard me correctly. This is a Japanese press. Cover, pretty nice. I'm going to have to call it a VG Plus because of these color breaks right here. That's a $20 start. And look, you get this full flip-out Japanese insert and the original inner sleeve. And more importantly, the vinyl is very clean. We've put EX on it. It has a couple of scuffs. This one may have some very, very light noise, but I can't remember the last time we had a US pressing. We get this a lot from Japan, but nice, clean copies from the US, we just don't get them too often. That one's got the insert, and it's pretty nice. Just a $20 start on that. Kind of a blowout start for that. Band on the Run. Let me get caught up in the comments. First, Mark Shelton, he wanted HE. That was Herbie Hancock. He probably put HH and it autocorrected. Mark Shelton gets Herbie Hancock. Calvin Ward, first to the Cheap Trick. Chris Crowley, you were second. Joe Sloop, you were third. And Mike Massey wants the Modern English. Sold to Mike Massey. Clay Moore is at 35 on Genesis. Domino. Yeah, Domino is probably my favorite Genesis track. The keyboards, the sounds, I don't know what you call that. It's a keyboard sound, but I think it's like a flute synth sound. Very good. Jim Nielsen's at 40 on Genesis. Looking for just a $20 start on Band on the Run. Band on the Run, Jet, Bluebird, Mrs. Vanderbilt, Let Me Roll It. There's no telling how many times I've listened to this. Mamunia, No Words, Picasso's Last Words, and 1985. That side one is amazing. Band on the Run, straight into Jet. Mrs. Vanderbilt's a fun song, and then Let Me Roll It. Great songs. One of the greatest drummers in rock, Dino Danelli, passed away on the 17th of December. I have more Rascals. Wow, I didn't know he passed away. Charlie DeFrank on the Rascals. The Rascals. I guess he was just referring on that, right? Yeah, the Rascals. Jim Nielsen's at 40 on Genesis, and Jordan is at 38. So Jim is at 40 on Genesis. James Gang, Straight Shooter, 1999. The Kinks, State of Confusion, 14.99. Chris Christopherson, Who's to Bless, 14.99. Nat King Cole, Cole Espanol, $9.99. Jerry Reed, Nashville Underground. I like his hat. I couldn't pull that off, but looks good on him. This is a 1968 pressing, $29.99. Wow, that's nice. RCA, $29.99. Harold Land in New York with Kenny Dorman. This is on Jazzland, $49.99. Harold Land and Kenny Dorman, $49.99 on Jazzland. And we've got Crystal's New Music for Relaxation 2, Craig Koopa, $64.99. Wow. Lovey's Music, Lovey Lee, $64.99. That's in shrink wrap. And the new sound of the Ray Riviera Orchestra, $49.99. Some obscurities there. Eddie Bruce has the band going twice, going 3 times. Yes, I saw where the singer from the Specials passed away. I seen that. I don't know a lot about them, but I know they're got quite the following. Yvette wants Nat King Cole. That was the Cole Espanol for Yvette. Jordan's at 42 on Genesis. Peter says Sabbath Lives. That's true. I guess there's no members. Yeah, everybody's still alive and kicking. And Mark Shelton's at 21 on the band. Scott Fish wants the 1982. What was that? Is that the comp? The 1982 comp? That sold to Mark Shelton. The Young Rascals was $29.99. If I can, I was looking for it earlier because Charlie mentioned that, and I was going to show it. There it is. I think almost all of them have this hype sticker, but it does have the hype sticker that says Good Lovin'. But I think almost all of them have that. Good Lovin', Like a Rolling Stone, Mustang Sally, In the Midnight Hour. Those are, of course, mostly covers. Slow Down. Do you feel it? Good stuff. That's $29.99. That is a 1966 mono, which would be an OG press of that. Carol said sold. 80's back in on the band at 25. How much? Lovey Lee, Lovey's Music. Let's take a look at it. It is near mint. Yeah, no marks on this. It's on a blue on blues, kind of obscure label. No marks. Very clean. In shrink wrap. That is $64.99. Let's go back through that crate. That was a good first crate of vintage. We've sold almost half of them. So let's go back through it one more time. I'll read through the titles. If you want prices or if you have any questions, let me know. There's some compilations in here, which is surprisingly still available. 1982 for me, not Mark Shelton. Yes, Scott Fish got 1982 comp. Yes, Tanner's got it. Correct. I may have missaid it correct. Update on our auctions before I start on this crate again. Eddie Bruce is at 25 on the band, going once, going twice. And Jordan is at 42 on Genesis, going twice, going 3 times. Final call on those, 42 and 25. Duke Ellington, if you need prices, just let me know. It's a Beautiful Day. Golden Goodies. ETO, excuse me, I messed that all up. BOC ETL. Blue Oyster Cult Extraterrestrial Live. Crosby, Stills, and Nash Replay. Nat King Cole, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, The Kinks, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Dexter Gordon, Jim Nilsson's at 45 on the Genesis. Oh, you are, Jim. My bad. Jim said, hey, I missed you. Yes. Jim's at 45 on the Genesis. Sorry, I don't like missing bids. Condition on Ronstadt. Give me 1 second. I think I'm about to get to it. The Exposed Comp, Three Dog Night, Poco, Stephen Stills 2, Linda Ronstadt. I have a feeling if we're going to put out one of her albums, it's going to be really nice. I don't mean that anything against her. I mean that against about the amount of albums she sold. Oh my gosh. This is near mint. It's very clean. VG Plus cover. All right, so yeah, Rich, that is $9.99. The Brains, Elvin Bishop, Average White Band, Jefferson Airplane, Michael Murphy, Paul Simon, Marshall Tucker, Little River Band, James Gang, The Kinks. Jordan, let me know if you're in on Genesis. I've got Jim Nilsson at 45. I'm about to sell that when I get done with this crate along with the band. Chris Christopherson, Jerry Reed, Harold Land, Crystals, Greg Krupa, Roy Riviera, Brent. I usually don't like to, but kind of an obscure album. I tell you what, if you make it 55, I'll sell it to you. I'll sell that to you for $55. Rich Group said he'll take Miss Ronstadt. That's sold to Rich Group. And Brent, I'll sell that to you for $55. Lovey Lee. Mark's out on the band. So let's go ahead and sell Band on the Run to Eddie Bruce for $25. Eddie Bruce, $25. Band on the Run. Brent said sold. Thank you. And final call. I was going to make sure I didn't miss a bid from Jordan, but I'm about to sell that pretty quick, and I'm about to grab. I guess we don't have another bin of new vinyl, do we? The other stuff was all sold, wasn't it? Yeah, the other crate was just Smashing Pumpkins and a Skyfall, which we've already shown. This is a really good crate from last week. Let me very quickly go through it. Jim Nilsson, I'm going to go ahead and sell you Genesis. That's sold to you for $45. I'm going to grab 2 new auctions. First, let me go through this crate right quick. I got these back in stock. We actually had a waiting list for them. That's what we was talking about earlier. These are some of the best outer sleeves you can get. These are MoFi archival 4 mil, super thick quality, super high grade MoFi outer sleeves. Pack of 50 for $24.99. That's 4 mil. Those are pretty rigid, pretty sturdy sleeves. This is my last copy of Now Yearbook, the final chapter, 80 to 84. My last copy, 3LP goldish looking vinyl, $49.99. And REM Out of Time. I need to remind everybody, I still have these. REM Out of Time, $36.99. Jason F. said he needs some MoFi outer sleeves. We'll sell those to Jason F. REM Out of Time. Not easy to get OGs of. I do have a Spyro Gyra. Let me show that to you. That was in the bin of putbacks. It's called Carnival, but it's spelled differently. Carnival. It's in shrink wrap. It has the original inner sleeve, and it's near mint. It's $9.99 if you want that, Jim. Jeff McIntosh takes REM. Here's another copy of Slipknot Iowa. Slipknot Iowa, that's $36.99. I have more of those in the other bin. The Beatles, the MoFi box sold for $1,205. I still have the UK box. Alex Roman wants Now Yearbook 80 to 84. And I have another REM album. This is REM Green, 25th Anniversary Remaster, $36.99. The Beatles UK box is $750. Excuse me. The MoFi box sold for $1,205. Let me pull out some more Japanese auctions over here. It seems like Elton John and Van Halen is kind of a duo. Wow, wouldn't that be a good concert? Elton John and Van Halen. Who would open for who? Van Halen would open for Elton, Seth said. Well, that would be a big change, and it'd be like everybody, they would close with Running with the Devil, and then Elton comes out and opens with Benny and the Jets. That would be, yeah, I guess Van Halen would probably, that's kind of, I don't know. That'd probably make some people mad who would open for who. I would agree. Van Halen would need to open for Elton John. Jim says, throw it at me. Okay, I won't literally throw it at you, but we will sell it to you, and then we'll carefully mail it to you in a package. Sell that to Jim Nielsen. That's $9.99. Tony Doyle wants an REM green. Brandon Jackson wants an REM green. And Steve and Donnie, Jim had dibs on the Spyro. We showed that earlier. I have 4 copies left of REM green. I've got 4 copies left of REM green. Jason, if you had that on a pre-order, it should have been on the invoice you got today or yesterday. I'm not for sure, but if it's not on that invoice, let me know and I'll get you one. The Sex Pistols Spunk, that's on pink vinyl, $33.99. Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life. Josh ordered this, and he said these are always out of stock, always out of print, and they sometimes can get pricey on Discogs. So we ordered a few of them. Lana Del Rey, Lust for Life, and they finally came in, $49.99. Paul Brothers wants REM Green. That's sold to Paul Brothers. I'm down to 3 copies. Another Greta Van Fleet from the Fires, $36.99. Wow, this has Highway Tune on it. Black Smoke Rising, Safari Song. A lot of good stuff on this one. That's why they probably pressed this one more than any other. And our Greta Van Fleet bin, honestly, was pretty full here in the store. I only see 4 copies left in it. Looks like we're selling a lot of them. So, I mean, y'all know the deal on this. There for the longest, we'd get a shipment in and I'd sell them, because they were $100 records. But I think they finally have pressed a bunch of them. So, they're out there. Jason F. wants a Lana Del Rey. The White Stripes Greatest Hits is $36.99, and I missed Muddy Waters. Muddy Waters, this is a new pressing, Electric Mud. It's on white vinyl, $39.99. Is this Friday Music? No, it's not Friday Music. It's a gatefold, though. Muddy Waters, $39.99, and the White Stripes is $36.99. White Stripes is $36.99. Greatest Hits. Rob Zombie still available, but they're getting slim. Hellbelly Deluxe. There used to be about this many of them. Now there's 4 in here. Steppenwolf Gold. This is from Analog Productions, and this is all taken from the original Analog Masters. Super high quality vinyl. That is Steppenwolf Gold. Born to be Wild, Magic Carpet Ride. Y'all know what that is. It's their hits. $49.99. My last copy of Angel Witch. That's a new music on vinyl pressing, 1000 on black gold vinyl. I think someone said this was a British new wave heavy metal type. $38.99. Of course, if you're buying it, you probably already know what it is. Kevin Kubina wants a Zombie, Rob Zombie, and he needs to put back 80s Volume 2. He already has that one. And Brandon Jackson wants Angel Witch. That's sold to Brandon Jackson. I've got 2 copies of the Avatar soundtrack. That is the original Avatar, the original soundtrack, first time on vinyl from Music on Vinyl, $44.99. That's a big movie. I think they're for the longest, before one of the Marvel movies kicked it off. That was that surpassed Titanic as the highest grossing movie of all time. One of the Marvel movies is now. Of course, there's multiple movies that I guess have made over $1 billion. That's one of them, counting inflation. And Man of War, Fighting the World, also a new release from Music on Vinyl. Last copy, they made 1,500 of these on flaming, yellow flaming. So I think that's like yellow and reddish looking. 1987 is when that originally came out. $38.99. Sorry, just now catching up live. Can I get the Ray Charles Spirit of Christmas? You can. I was surprised no one got that. That's, I think, the only copy we have on hand here at the store. Sell that to Greg. And this was just a random crate I grabbed over here by the table. because I knew it was some good stuff in here. John Lang wants Man O' War. Sell that to John Lang. Probably this and Angel Witch I'm going to reorder. So if anybody else wants a copy, let me know. I will say the distributor I'm getting these from, they aren't shipping until after the first of the year. So anything probably waiting list for music on vinyl, we may not get until after the first year. But Tom Sullivan, if you want one, I can get you one. Brandon, I have you down for Angel Witch. Who pressed the Electric Mud? The Electric Mud is, let's see here. Wow, there's a lot of information about it. Of course, it was originally on Cadet Concept. Giffen, Elemental Music. Reissue produced for release by Jordy Soley. Yeah, it's Giffen UMG, but it looks like maybe Elemental Music. The original year on Angel Witch, Tanner's already taken it away from me. I don't know what year that came out, but I can check for you. So, Tom, let me know if you're okay with a waiting list for Angel, or Tom, a waiting list for Man O' War, and I'll get you that. Angel Witch originally came out in 1980. 1980. Nice, pleasant cover. It looks like hell or something. Or, I don't know what's going on there. A typical metal cover. Lots of carnage and fire and kind of whatever matches the music. All right, Elton John. We have Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. Japanese press. I'm going to reduce this one. I think last time I put this up for a $55 start because this one is nice. We don't get it too often. It's got the obi. It has a price tag over the original yen. Gatefold, no foxing on this one or anything. The cover is about VG Plus. It does have some light markings of wear. But there's the book. There's the Japanese book. And then this is the very cool original lyric book. Lots of pictures and all the lyrics. And not only that, this is a great album. Danielle. I'll do this one for a $35 start. Near mint vinyl. It looks unplayed. Typical Japanese, nice vinyl. $35 start. I think last time I said a $55 start. And this is the first one that didn't get a minimum bid and sell for that since then. So take advantage. And I've got another Van Halen. This one isn't perfect. It does have some ring wear, spine wear. This is about a VG Plus cover. Has this insert with it, and it has the Japanese insert with it. The vinyl has some marks on it too, so this is by no means your standard perfect Japanese pressing. Side one here, it has some swirl marks right here. Looks like where something rubbed up against it. Maybe it was another disc on top of it or something. Same thing right here. So we'll get this one started. For what it is though, still very nice for a Japanese pressing. $20 start on Van Halen 2. $20 start. Elton John, $35, now $37. Just a $20 start on Van Halen 2. So still very clean. Still going to sound very good. Still going to sound very good. Cover has some wear on it. One more time on this bin. I didn't go through them again. We have MoFi sleeves for $24.99. Those are outer sleeves. REM, Out of Time, $36.99. Iowa Slipknot, $36.99. And REM Green, $36.99. The Sex Pistols is $33.99. Lana Del Rey is $49.99. Yes, Jason, you got one. Tom Sullivan said he will take the waiting list for Man O' War. I will get you one. Greta Van Fleet, $36.99. White Stripes Greatest Hits, $36.99. Rob Zombie, $39.99. Steppenwolf, $49.99. And then Avatar, $44.99. 80s Collected, $44.99. And Electric Mud is $39.99. Kevin Kubina wants a Slipknot Iowa. I have more of those in our other bin from tonight, so if anybody else wants one, let me know. I don't have 2mm sleeves. No, we're actually using, I found some sleeves for us to use on our vintage records. I have those for sale if you want to see them. They're about the closest thing to 2 mil we can get that's affordable, Monica, and I can bring those up if you want to see them. And Jeff, Pink Floyd was $49.99, right, Seth? He said correct. All right, let's see what's in this crate. Let's go through it. I have no idea. We're about to find out. Yeah, Delicate Sound of Thunder was a 2LP, $49.99. All right. New crate of vintage, all never shown. Jim Nielsen's at 37 on Elton John, going once, going twice. John Lang, you're out. And Final Call for Van Halen, $20. New crate of vintage. Let me grab a sip of water first. The salt and grease from the pizza I ate is still working on me. Cold weather coming here in Tennessee. Of course, I know we have people watching all over the country tonight, as far as the West Coast and New England, and some people watching down in Florida. But it's cold here in Tennessee, colder than what we like. Got in Concrete Blonde? No, we don't. Terrell, that's not something really I don't think I can get on new vinyl, and it's not really something that we get originals of too often. Randy says he's in on 20 at Van Halen. Okay, Final Call on Van Halen at 20, and we got a new bidder on Elton John for 38. Oscar Peterson, the George Gershwin Songbook, $14.99. New vintage stuff here. George, I did. I'm going to start looking at your stuff tonight. I also have Tony who dropped off some stuff, and I had somebody drop off a sports card collection. It's my duty to look at that stuff tonight, or at least get started on it tonight. Last night I cleaned out one room here in our store. We call it the office. It's where we store stuff. That's where your records are at. I spent hours just going through that one room, and I found stuff I hadn't seen in probably a year. I forgot we bought some magazines, records, toys, collectibles. So pretty amazing. Okay, Jim Nielsen's at 39 on Elton John. Kathy, I got Marvin Gaye collected on the way. If you want one, they're going to be $44.99. Jody, I hope you're doing okay. I think maybe your daughter posted some pictures, so I hope you're doing okay. All right. KBC Band. This is $19.99. Paul Cantor, Marty Ball, and Jack Cassidy. Looks like some members from Jefferson Airplane. $19.99, KBC Band. In the Beginning, The Moody Blues, $14.99. Procol Harum, Home, $19.99. The Big Chill soundtrack. Wow, I hadn't shown this in a while. The Big Chill soundtrack is $19.99. Big Chill soundtrack. Great stuff on that. $19.99. Near mint. This is Duke Ellington. That is sealed. $24.99. Do you have CD box sets? No, we really just carry vinyl here. I've got about this many CDs out for sale. We probably have 1,000 in storage, but we usually put them out here and then we sell them all. We never really have too many left over to put out. But no, I really just have vinyl. I have over 100 box sets, LP box sets. I dug some out last night that was in storage. So, Steve Botsford on Duke. That's sold to Steve Botsford. Mark's out on Elton John. Jim Nielsen's at 39. That's going twice, going 3 times. Mark's out. Who else was bidding? John Lang. So I think it's down to Jim Nielsen. Final call, and we can go ahead and sell Randy Van Halen for 20. And then when we sell Elton John, I'll put up a new one. The new Cactus Band, Son of Cactus, $19.99. Jesse Coulter. Jesse Coulter is sealed. 1976 press, $29.99. Sealed Jesse Coulter. Mark Farner Band, No Frills, is $14.99. The Blues Minus You, Blues Backgrounds by Jazz Trio Use by musicians. $19.99. Interesting. No Gorhia. Tanner just checked, Kevin. I need to order some more. That's a big seller for us. That's a stubborn sleeve. There we go. Harry Chapman is $9.99, and Quicksilver is $19.99. Waylon Jennings Greatest Hits, $24.99. Carly Simon Spy, $9.99. The Turtles, $14.99. The Duel at Diablo original soundtrack, Neil Hefti, $24.99. It's My Pleasure, Billy Preston, $19.99. The Kinks, Word of Mouth, $19.99. Jim Nielsen gets the Elton John for $39. Kathy, When Marvin Gaye Collected comes in, it'll be $44.99. Concrete Blonde, recently released it. Okay, I'll check that. We got Duke, Elton John. Do I want CD box sets? No, not really. I am currently not actively buying CDs. We could buy hundreds every day. When we run ads saying we buy records, people will instantly message us and be like, what about CDs? But no, not too interested. I do have some. I mean, we get them in with collections, but it's not something really I'm looking for. Unless they're really, really good. Maybe. Greg, maybe send me some pictures. I don't know. You never know. This, is this what you're referring to, George? This is $19.99. Music Minus, is it Mingus? The Blues Minus? I don't know if it's anything to do with Mingus. This? It's $19.99. Maybe it is, or maybe you know something that I don't, which is more than likely. Kathy Amos on Harry. Harry Chapin, Living Room Suite. Yvette wants green. That was green. Okay, George Summers wants this. Okay, and then Yvette, did you want an REM green? I don't think there's anything in here that's related to the word green, but if you want an REM green, I still have those. 20 Years of Country compilation, $12.99. Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits, $14.99. $14.99. Yeah. Country Music Jamboree, featuring Tommy Jackson, George Jones. Boy, this looks early. This up here, let's take a look at the label. Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs. Wow, it is. $14.99. I bet that's like 50, early 60s maybe. Michael Pender, The Promise, $14.99. Chris Christopherson, Jesus Was a Capricorn, $14.99. 10 Years After, recorded live, $24.99. Alvin Lee, 10 Years Later, $19.99. Jeff Beck Group, Rough and Ready, $19.99. Duke Ellington and his orchestra, The Nutcracker Suite, Ellington, Strayhorn, and Tchaikovsky, $9.99. First, Lisa wants the Jamboree. Let me pull an REM Green for Yvette. I am down to 2 copies of REM Green. 2 copies. The Jacksons, State of Shock, $14.99. This is a 12-inch single, not a promo label, but the back is marked promo, gold stamp, $14.99. B.B. King Friends, $19.99 for B.B. King. Robin Trower Live is $19.99. Porgy and Bess, Oscar Peterson and Joe Pass, $19.99. D-Day Plus 20. This is a 20-year commemorative recording and photographic album of D-Day, $24.99. Art Farmer Quartet, a work of art, $19.99. Donnie Moore Takes the Jacksons, 12-inch single. David Clayton Thomas, that is $14.99 in shrink wrap. Al Kuhn, The Final Performance, Volume 1, $14.99. And the 5th Dimensions Greatest Hits, $14.99. Let me grab a couple new Japanese presses. So far, so good on everything we've pulled out. They've all sold. I'm going to try this 6 Feet Under record one more time. And I'll try Lionheart. 6 Feet Under and Lionheart. I'll start these as lowest as I've ever started them. I put my phone on low power mode, but I remember I can't do that because I need to see my screen. Okay, first is Lionheart. This is Hot Tonight. I will do this one for a $25 start. Lionheart, Hot Tonight. Really nice cover. Has a little bit of discoloration here on the back. Japanese insert. Has the poster. Wow, has a poster. Take a look there. I don't want to completely unfold it, but it does have a poster. And the vinyl is pristine, near mint, Japanese quality. $25 start for Lionheart, Hot Tonight. Insert poster, near mint. And 6 Feet Under. I think I turned down like 2 different offers the first night I showed this, and I'm probably about to start it cheaper than that first night I showed it. I think this is, well, the pressing is from Holland, but I think someone said originally this was Swedish metal, maybe. 6 Feet Under, $25 start. $25 start. I hadn't shown this in a while. Of course, near mint. It's not a Japanese press. It's Holland. Nice cover. $25 start on that, and Lionheart. Roberta Flack, $14.99. Rock Gospel, The Key to the Kingdom, $19.99. The Bottles is $9.99. Just curious, there was a pre-order back in October for Posies. Did those ever ride or they get pushed back? I've got them right here. I got them right here. They're $44.99. Walt, either we missed your pre-order or you missed the pre-order. One of the two. Either we missed your claim or you missed the post. They're $44.99. Music on vinyl, they're 2 LPs. I have those. John Lang's at $25 on 6 Feet Under. Kevin's at $26. National Lampoons, That's Not Funny, That's Sick, $14.99. Kathy, 5th Dimension is $14.99. Grover Washington Jr. Wine Light, that's $14.99. Rick James, Street Songs, Rick James is $19.99. The Kinks Low Budget is $14.99. Wow. Pink Floyd, A Dark Side of the Moon Live, $44.99. This is a Pink Floyd boot, live in London, Wembley Empire Pool, November 16th, 1974. Wow, that's interesting. Didn't know that was coming. John Lang back in on 6 Feet Under at $27. Arm Lazelle first to Pink Floyd. Arm Lazelle first to Pink Floyd. Jim Nielsen on 5th Dimension, but somebody just asked about it. Kathy, let me know if you want 5th Dimension. If you don't want that, Kathy, then Jim Nielsen claimed it. Steve Botsford, you were 2nd to Pink Floyd. Eddie, you were 3rd. Mark, you were 4th. Jason, you were 5th. Tim Besaw, you were 6th. Michael Massey, I have, counting this one, I've got 4 copies. So we can go ahead and tag Michael with a Posies. And Donnie Moore. Rick James was Street Songs, $19.99. The 5th Dimension was $14.99, Kathy. Lonnie Brooks, Wound Up Tight, $14.99. Lonnie Brooks. Dave Mason, Headkeeper, $9.99. What's that say? Caboose. Caboose, self-titled, white label promo on Enterprise, $19.99. Kathy gets the 5th Dimension. So Jim Nielsen, Kathy already had claim to that one. Steve Zyman on Dave Mason. Walt Cruz needs a Posies. Hey, speaking of Pink Floyd, this was a putback, and I think it's the last one we have. Hey, Hey, Rise Up. We have one of those. Those are $12.99. The Posies, let me pull one of those for Walt. I now have 2 left if anybody else wants one. The Posies, Frosting on the Beater, featuring the singles Solar Sister and Flavor of the Month. It's a 2 LP for Music on Vinyl. That originally came out in 1993. Probably never made on vinyl, or if so, very tough to get. $44.99. Kevin Kubina is back in on 6 Feet Under at $29, and Brent Lonnie Brooks is on the Alligator label, and he is near mint. He is really nice. C-Train, Marblehead Messenger, $19.99. Cat Mother, $19.99. And the last record in this bin is Quiver. We got 4 more bins of new vintage arrivals. I'm about to go grab another one right now. Green Warner Brothers label on that one, $19.99. Brent Rabley takes the Lonnie Brooks. John Lang is in on 6 Feet Under at $30. Okay, quick bite now. If anybody wants Lionheart, just $25. Hot tonight. Japanese pressing with insert, obi, and poster. Greg, you were second to Lonnie Brooks. Donnie Moore takes the Rick James. All right, so Donnie Moore, that's the first new claim. Rick James sold to Donnie Moore. Let me read through these titles. Some interesting stuff in here. If you need any prices, let me know, and then I'm going to grab a new crate. And as soon as we sell 6 Feet Under, I'll put up 2 new Japanese auctions. John Lang is at $30. We have Oscar Peterson, KBC, In the Beginning, Moody Blues, Procol Harum, Home, The Big Chill. Let me read you some of the tracks on this one. The Big Chill soundtrack. Heard It Through the Grapevine, Marvin Gaye, My Girl, The Temptations, Good Lovin', The Rascals, Tracks of My Tears, Smokey Robinson, Joy to the World, Three Dog Night, Temptations, Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Aretha, You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, I Second That Emotion, A Wider Shade of Pale, and Tell Him, The Exciters. What a great soundtrack. Kevin is back in on 6 Feet Under at $31. Cactus, Jesse Coulter, Mark Farner, Quicksilver, Waylon Jennings' Greatest Hits is still available. $24.99. Waylon Jennings' Greatest Hits. That's usually instantly gone. Let me show that one more time. Very nice copy. Waylon Jennings' Greatest Hits. Carly Simon, The Turtles, Duel at Diablo, Billy Preston, The Kinks, 20 Years of Country, Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits, Michael Pender, Chris Christopherson, 10 Years After, Alvin Lee, Jeff Beck, Duke Ellington, B.B. King, Robin Trower, Porgy and Bess, and D-Day Plus 20. Pete W. takes the Big Chill soundtrack. John Lang is out on 6 Feet Under. Kevin's at 31. Final call on that. Art Farmer Quartet, David Clayton Thomas, Al Coon, Roberta Flack, Rock Gospel, The Bottles, National Lampoons, Grover Washington Jr., The Kinks, Caboose, C-Train, Cat Mother, and Quiver. Those are all still available. All still available there. I think I can condense those mostly down with, almost down with this other bin. Robin Trower info. That was Robin Trower live. Let me find that one. Pretty solid cover. VG Plus. Green Chrysalis label. Very clean. And that is $19.99. Kevin Kubina says he'll take the Waylon's Greatest Hits. Kevin's also going to get 6 Feet Under. We're going to go ahead and sell that to him for $31. All right, let me grab a new crate and 2 new auctions. I still got Lionheart. That's the only thing that has not sold in our Japanese stuff. That's a $25 bite now. I think we have a bin of check condition over here. Yeah, we do, and it has some very good titles. Check condition. Calvin Ward says he'll take the Robin Trower. Y'all are going to like the check condition stuff. Check condition stuff is stuff that's not absolutely perfect. It's check condition, meaning it may have more scuffs than what we usually like to put out, or maybe when you listen to it, it may have a little bit more noise. It depends on the grade. Sometimes there's even some VG Plus stuff in here that looks VG Plus, but it ends up playing pretty well. Probably most of y'all have bought enough check condition stuff to know. Some of it can be pretty beat up, but it's really cheap, or some of it can be look really beat up, and it's really good sounding. So Debbie Blair needs a Tyler Childers live at Red Barn. I shared a Tyler Childers video, and we sold 2 more copies of Red Barn. That's why I do that. I posted this morning him doing Rock Salt and Nails, which is on this one, live. $24.99 if anybody wants one. Tyler Childers, live on Red Barn Radio 1 and 2. Those are $24.99. Brent needs to put Lonnie back. He just needs to put it back. Not a problem. Red Barn? Lonnie Brooks goes to Greg Baldwin. Greg, if you still want Lonnie Brooks, that's right. Tanner says we had a backup on that. We do. It's Greg. Greg, let me know if you still want that. Moody Blues, A Question of Balance. EX $14.99. The Police, Zenyatta Mondada. This is a VG copy for $12.99. Looks pretty clean to me. VG copy for $12.99. Volunteer Jam 3 and 4 by the Charlie Daniels Band. VG Plus $26.99. Volunteer Jam. Kansas Leftoverture. EX $17.99. Kansas Leftoverture, their classic album. EX $17.99. Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. EX $14.99. Michael Jackson Thriller. This is a OG copy produced by Quincy Jones. No, co-produced by Michael Jackson. VG copy for $14.99. The best-selling album of all time, Thriller. VG copy, $14.99. I listened to it the other night. It's good. Heart, Little Queen, VG Plus, $14.99. That's a good one. Heart, Greatest Hits and Live. 1 disc is Greatest Hits. 1 hits is Live. That's EX, $24.99. Stereo gets Michael Jackson, Alice Lowry, You Were Second. I have new copies of that. I've got new copies and I have MoFi copies. You can have a new digital remaster for $28.99. I have MoFi copies for $115, and that one will knock your socks off if you have the right stereo equipment. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes, VG Plus $14.99. Paul Brothers, First to Heart. Let me know if you want Little Queen or Greatest Hits Live. Foreigner, self-titled. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Days of Future Past, The Moody Blues, EX on the vinyl, $17.99. $17.99. Yvette was first to Mott the Hoople. Sell that to Yvette Vergara. Charlie Daniels Band, Night Rider, VG Plus $14.99. Paul Brothers takes Both the Heart, and Donnie Moore, You Were Second on Mott, and so was Charlie DeFrank. Stephen Stills, Manassas, VG Plus $19.99. Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, The Monkees. That's a VG copy, $9.99. Donovan, Hurdy-Gurdy Man, VG Plus $9.99 for Donovan, Hurdy-Gurdy Man. VG Plus $9.99. Martha and the Vandellas Dance Party, VG $19.99. Boy, this is so difficult to find in good condition. This one has Nowhere to Run and Dancing in the Street on it, but it's got some cover. Go to eBay and try to find a near mint copy of this. I think if someone does have one listed, and of course you don't know how good of a record grader, and it is truly a near mint copy, it's probably $50 or more. Probably. That's probably why we have a VG at $19.99. Next, Japanese auctions. That's what I stepped over here to do. Let's see. Okay. Saxon. I'll start this one as low as I can start it. $35. This is a Japanese press. It's a Saxon, self-titled. And it is a promo copy. It has promo stampings on the label and on the cover. Saxon. I'll start this one. The vinyl is EX Plus. EX Plus. I think it has maybe one minute mark on it. It's very, very clean. Saxon is a $35 start. There's the cover. There's the insert. $35 start for Saxon. I think last time I said 45. And then Aha. This is Scoundrel Days. These aren't cheap. And I'm going to start this one also at 35. Last time I put it up for a $45 start. Aha has a tear in the OB down here. It's okay. It'll flatten out when you put it back in the sleeve. Just don't touch it too much. There's the Japanese insert. And the vinyl on this one is near mint. Aha is a $35 start. We have Aha and Saxon up for bid. Does this one have Living Daylights? I don't know if they put that in any of their albums. Of course, Aha did one of the James Bond themes. Okay, back to the check condition crate. Uriah Heep returned to Fantasies, a VG Plus $14.99. Tom Sullivan is at $35 on Saxon, so we got an opening bid on that. Thank you, Tom. Madonna, Like a Virgin, that's in shrink wrap. VG Plus vinyl, $17.99. Original inner sleeve, $17.99 on Madonna. The Blue Ridge Rangers, featuring Jambalaya and Hearts of Stone. This looks like a German pressing. Of course, this is John Fogerty of CCR. This came out in 1973. This is a VG copy for $12.99. John Fogerty, Blue Ridge Rangers. Wet Willie, EX $17.99. George Somers is at $40 on Saxon. Creedence Clearwater Revival, Willie and the Poor Boys, VG Plus $19.99. Down on the Corner, Came Out of the Sky, Fortunate Son, Midnight Special, VG Plus $19.99. Blue Fantasy label, CCR Willie and the Poor Boys. Rick James, Cold Blooded. Now this is one I don't see as often. EX $17.99. Gatefold, Gordy Motown, EX $17.99. Tom Sullivan back in on Saxon at $45. Josh Fry takes CCR, Willie and the Poor Boys. I'm looking for a $35 start on Aha. Saxon is at $50 with George Somers. Kansas, Point of No Return, VG Plus $14.99. Slow Train Coming, Bob Dylan. That is EX $32.99. REO Speedwagon, A Decade of Rock and Roll, 1970 to 1980. That is like a hits comp. EX $22.99. Has some damage down here in the corner. Vinyl is very close to being near mint. Michael Jackson, Black or White, 12-inch single. It says limited edition pressing. Wow, that's a single from Dangerous, 1991. EX $19.99. EX $19.99. EX on the vinyl. Tom Sullivan's at $52 on Saxon. Cool and the Gang, Ladies Night, EX $12.99 on Cool and the Gang. Led Zeppelin, In Through the Outdoor, EX on the vinyl, $39.99. EX on the vinyl, $39.99. Pretty clean copy. George is at $55 on Saxon. The Blades of Grass Are Not for Smoking. VG copy, $19.99. Interesting. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Special Occasion, is a VG Plus $14.99. Prince, Around the World in a Day. This has a gold stamp promo on it. This is a VG copy for $12.99. VG copy for Prince, $12.99, Around the World in a Day. Robert Parker, Barefootin', is a VG $14.99, and Prince and the Revolution, Let's Go Crazy, VG Plus $12.99. Prince. Nielsen, The Point, VG Plus $19.99. Foreigner, Inside Information, EX $19.99. And this is in here the wrong way. It looks like Cream's Greatest Hits. It is. Best of Cream, VG copy for $14.99. Best of Cream, VG copy for $14.99. Tim Holloway, you were first to Prince. Let me know if you want the 12-inch single or Around the World in a Day. That is Prince, and then Jason is next on the 12-inch. Tom Sullivan is current high bidder. Never mind, George Somers is at 70 on Saxon. That is a Japanese promo copy. Very close to near mint, has the Japanese insert with it. Clay Moore, the Led Zeppelin cover variant was numerical letter D. Numerical letter D. If y'all don't know what he's talking about, this there was 7 or 9 different cover variants for In Through the Outdoor. Of course, they originally came in brown paper bags, and then when you took the brown paper bag off, some people kept it, some people disposed of it. There was different covers taken from different angles of this bar scene, and you can tell by the different letters. This is letter D. Also, this one has been wetted, but you could put water on this inner sleeve and it changes colors. This one has been used already, but you could dampen it with water and it would change colors. Led Zeppelin had some cool packaging. I guess they started with, well, they just had cool covers. Of course, I'm a fan, so I'm partial, but Physical Graffiti was the, well, I guess it started with Led Zeppelin 3. Started with Led Zeppelin 3 with the wheel you could spin, and then Physical Graffiti. That was pretty cool packaging with this one. I still like the gatefold for presents with the obelisk. Very cool. Okay, Tim Holloway wants Prince Around the World in a Day, and that means Jason F. gets the 12-inch single. That's sold to Jason F. Brent Rabley gets the Harry Nilsson. Tom Sullivan's at 75 on Saxon. That's going twice, going 3 times since George says he's out. Final call on Saxon. And AHA is, I'm about to end that and make it a bot now as soon as we wrap up Saxon. You need D. If you're saying sold, if that means you want it, that means I'll sell it to you. If so, just say Zeppelin sold. I'll sell that to you. Dusty Springfield's Golden Hits. That's a VG copy, $9.99. The Mothers of Invention Burnt Weenie Sandwich. VG Plus, $39.99 for the Mothers of Invention. Janis Joplin is a VG copy, $14.99. I've got them old Cosmic Blues again, Mama. Original label. Purple Rain. This is the full album. Prince. VG, $12.99. Clay Moore is sold on the Zeppelin. We've already got that laying over there for you. Thank you. Bee Gees First is a VG, $12.99. The Bee Gees is VG. And Eagles is VG Plus, $24.99. One of these nights. Charlie DeFrank wants Dusty Springfield. That's sold to Charlie DeFrank. Carlene wants to know how much was MJ. Michael Jackson, the 12-inch single from Dangerous, 1991, is EX, 1999. Timothy Jernigan, how much was Prince? It was a VG copy for $12.99. And if you don't want it, UJ Miller does. Saxon is sold to Tom Sullivan. And Paul Brothers gets AHA for $35. That was good timing, Paul. I was ending that, so I'll go ahead and sell that to you. And Carlene wants Michael Jackson. That was a lot there all of a sudden. So Claymore got Led Zeppelin, Charlie DeFrank on Dusty Springfield. Timothy gets Prince, Purple Rain. Yeah, Timothy got Prince, Purple Rain. Yeah, UJ Miller was second. Tom Sullivan was third. Paul Brothers got AHA for $35, and Tom Sullivan got Saxon for $75. Billy Idol, a VG copy for $12.99, and David Bowie, Let's Dance. That is the full studio album. VG copy, $14.99. VG copy of Let's Dance, $14.99. Any Grateful Dead? We had a Grateful Dead 45 the other night that didn't sell. We had Truckin', but we had a 45 I don't think someone bought. We have went through some killer 45s lately. I have more to show a little bit later, probably for part 2. Definitely for part 2. Let me flip through the Japanese bin here and get an idea of everything what's in here. There's some good stuff. I'm working on our next auctions. Let's do these right here. Okay. I have 2 of these. I'm going to make them a really good deal. They're Japanese pressings. They're both near mint. They both have inserts, and they both have obies, and they're almost identical looking. They are the same catalog number and everything. If you want one, this is $35. I have 2 of them available. That is Japanese press of Asia self-titled with obi. $35 if you want one. They're near mint and they have an obi. Heat of the moment, only time will tell. Soul Survivor, good stuff. I have 2 of those if anybody wants them for $35. Randy Scarborough gets Billy Idol. Carol says I got charged for Grateful Dead 45 yesterday. Did we fix that for you? Asia sold to Alice Lowry, and Jim Nilsson gets an Asia. Those are sold and sold. So 35 and 35. And Walt says he wants one as well. Let me flip through the rest of the crate. Walt, I'll keep your name in mind because I actually may have a third. That's the first 2 I had back to back. But I do have 2 new auctions here to introduce. The first is Casey and the Sunshine Band, self-titled. Very nice Japanese pressing, as in near mint. Really nice cover. $25 start. Has the original inner sleeve. There's KC. There's the Japanese insert. Really nice cover. And the vinyl is, as you would expect, near mint minus $25 start. I may have bought it, I don't remember. Okay. I was about to say, if that was a mistake, or you may have bought it and didn't even realize it. Michael Jackson goes to Carlene. Carlene Madden Rollins. Also, a $25 start is one of the best sounding Japanese pressings I've heard to date, and that's the Doobie Brothers Greatest Hits. This thing is loud. The acoustics on it, the phonics, the sonics, not the phonics, that's how you pronounce words. The sonics on it is great, and that is a $25 start. That's no obi, but it's near mint. So 25 for KC, 25 for the Doobies. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus, VG Plus $14.99. Buddy Holly's Greatest Hits, VG Plus $22.99. Let's check out the label. The Rainbow Coral. That's a VG Plus $22.99. David Bowie, Tonight, is a VG Plus $22.99. The Ventures in Space, that's a good one. The Ventures in Space, VG Plus $9.99. Cool cover and cool music. The Ventures in Space. Hall & Oates Rock and Roll Soul Part 1. That is essentially their greatest hits. EX on the vinyl, very close to near mint. $17.99. Great tracks. UB40 Labor of Love, VG Plus $14.99. Journey Frontiers, EX $17.99. Original inner sleeve. Journey Frontiers. ZZ Top Fandango, VG copy of that $14.99. Kathy first to Hall & Oates. Sold to Kathy. Rocky IV soundtrack is a VG Plus $19.99. And Deep Purple, The Book of Taliesin. That is a VG $14.99. Tom, you were second to Hall & Oates. Surfing Safari, The Beach Boys. Wow, this is in shrink wrap. VG Plus vinyl. Original mono. VG Plus vinyl. That is $14.99. The Yes album is EX $17.99. The Police Ghost in the Machine is $12.99. VG copy. Ooh, Whitesnake. A VG copy for $24.99. VG copy for $24.99. David Bowie, Let's Dance Again condition. That was a VG copy for Let's Dance. Where was that? Arm Lazelle, that was a VG copy for $14.99. Jim Nilsson has the Doobie Brothers for $25. That's going twice, going 3 times. John Young wants the Beach Boys. That's sold to John Young. That's a really nice cover for sure. Shrink wrap is kind of missing right in here, but It's nice. That's sold to John Young. Brady Bell wants UB40. That's sold to Brady Bell. Stereo was second on the Beach Boys. Charlie DeFrank is at 25 on KC. Alice Lowry, you were first to Journey. Jason's at 26 on the Doobies, and Jeff Johnson was first to Whitesnake. R.M. Lazelle said sold on David Bowie. That was Let's Dance. And Kathy wants it if he passes. Calvin's at 26 on KC. High bid on KC and the Sunshine Band, 26. High bid on the Doobies is 26. The Firm, Mean Business is VG plus $19.99. And Blues Magoo's Psychedelic Lollipop, VG copy for $19.99. Blues Magoo's Psychedelic Lollipop. Jim Nilsson's back in on the Doobies for $30. And Michael wants to see the condition of ZZ. It is a VG copy. ZZ is a VG. That means on a 10 scale, that's about a 4 or a 5. Charlie DeFrank back in on KC at 27. So both auctions are getting bids. Let me read through these one more time. Jason's out on the Doobies. Jim has it for 30. And we're still bidding on KC. It's between Calvin and Charlie, it looks like. Chad, that KC is their 5th album, Who Do You Love? Is that what this one's called? It is. KC and the Sunshine Band, Who Do You Love? I think I may have called it self-titled earlier. Thank you. Yes. 1978. I haven't seen it in 6 months. Brandon, you're never on. If you stay on, I will go through a high-end bin. I have 5 of them. I will bring out a high-end bin, but you can't get off. You gotta keep your phone in your hand. You gotta stay on for a few minutes. This isn't records on demand. This is whatever I'm showing, which is on demand. Moody Blues, The Police, Volunteer Jam, Kansas, Heart, Foreigner, Days of Future Past, Charlie Daniels, Stephen Stills, The Monkees, Donovan, Martha and the Vandellas, Uriah Heep, Madonna, Blue Ridge Rangers, Wet Willie, Rick James, Kansas, Bob Dylan, REO Speedwagon. Brady Bell on Moody Blues. Brady, which one? I've got A Question of Balance and Days of Future Past. Let me know on those. They're EX $17.99 and EX $14.99. I have to work in the morning, hour ahead. You should have got on at 7 then. Brady Bell wants Moody Blues. How much is Charlie Daniels Band? Night Rider is a VG plus $14.99. And Josh, Martha, I was just mentioning earlier, this is a VG copy for $19.99, and that's because near mint ones are $50 and up, if you can find them. That's not bad, though. I mean, it's pretty clean. It just has more scuffs than what we normally like, and it has some cover stain, but not an easy one to get there. And then how much is Foreigner? Was that Inside Information? Have I got to that yet? This Foreigner, self-titled Foreigner, is a VG $9.99. Then we have Cool in the Gang, The Blades of Grass, Smokey Robinson, Robert Parker, and then Foreigner, Inside Information. Cream, Best of Cream, Mothers of Invention, Janis Joplin, The Bee Gees, The Eagles, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Buddy Holly, David Bowie, The Ventures, ZZ Top, Rocky IV, Deep Purple, The Yes Album, The Police, The Firm, and Blues Magoos. Okay, Timothy said he'll take the Foreigner self-titled. Yeah, Brandon, to get the full effect of a Coletco show, you got to tune in at 7 and watch until midnight. Then you get the full feature, everything. You get to see everything. The Doobie Brothers is sold to Jim Nilsson for $30. And that is 7 to midnight, 7 nights a week. You've got to watch. More like 5 nights a week. Right, Tanner? And Timothy, I've got you down for Foreigner self-titled. Condition on REO. The Decade of Rock and Roll was EX $29.99. Price on Volunteer Jam. The Volunteer Jam 3 and 4. Volunteer Jam 3 and 4 was a VG Plus $26.99. Wet Willie, Sea Level, Willie Nelson, Marshall Tucker Band, Papa John Creech, Mylon LaFever. And I guess we can sell KC too. Charlie DeFrank got KC for $27. Yep. Charlie DeFrank got KC and the Sunshine Band for $27. All right, let me go grab a high-end bin. Seems like everybody's always wanting to see the expensive stuff. I'm like, okay, we got it. Let's see what's in this one. That's probably our oldest high-end bin, which we didn't go through the other night. So let me bring that over here. That one's pretty bare because we went through those. This one we haven't been through in a long time. This is probably our oldest high-end stuff, which means I'm most flexible on. Price on Blues Magoos. It is Psychedelic Lollipop, and it is a VG copy for $19.99. A VG copy for $19.99. Hey, look, there's more mail going out. I got to move a few things back here to get the... I got to take 2 crates off to get to... No 50% off, no. Now, Brandon, you've got to buy at least one thing or I'm never doing this again. For anybody. No more high-end bins. We got to sell at least one thing. I've been through them before. The first one we did the other night, I went through like 100 records and didn't sell any. It was a bunch. I was like, whoa. I thought everybody had died. We have The Party's Over, Willie Nelson, EX $49.99. It's got a promo stamp, Fred's name on the back, 1967, early Willie Nelson, $49.99. Waylon Jennings Jewels. This is in shrink wrap, orange RCA label, in shrink wrap, near mint, $49.99. Waylon Jennings Jewels. 24 of Hank Williams Sr.'s greatest hits. This is a sealed copy, unopened 2LP, has a clip corner, $49.99. These are all buy it now or best offer. The Rolling Stones Still Life. This is the picture disc version. This is the picture disc version, $54.99. Lisa takes Hank Williams Sr. That is sold to Lisa Montgomery. Shop Around the Miracles. This is a Tamla Motown special number 1. This is from 1961. This may be the first ever Motown compilation ever made. Tamla Motown, produced by Berry Gordy Jr., 1961. Early Tamla label, $74.99. Not easy to find. The best of Hannah Montana on purple vinyl. That is sealed, $64.99. George Harrison, his last studio album. This is an original UK pressing, sealed, $114.99. Original UK pressing, sealed, $114.99. That is an insert, Japanese insert for Abbey Road. I don't know how that ended up in there. The Princess Trust Rock Gala, $149.99. This is like a 5 LP broadcast. Lots of good artists on that. The Scream, Let It Scream. It's autographed by John Corabi. Red splatter, red and black splatter vinyl. That is $149.99. Like I said, these are all buy it now or best offer. David Bowie Space Oddity. That's a 1972 German pressing, $89.99. 72 orange label German pressing. Very nice. Has some writing on the cover and on the label. Nice record though. The Jacksons Victory is sealed. Sealed with hype sticker, $49.99. Nico Behind the Iron Curtain, as in Nico from Nico and Velvet Underground. $44.99. $44.99 on that. The Casualties, We Are All We Have from 2009, $49.99. Looks like some kind of punk or hardcore. $49.99. The Casualties, Made in New York City from 2007, $49.99. And we have Ray Bradbury's Dark Carnival, Robert Jacobs. Ray Bradbury's Dark Carnival, Robert Jacobs. That is $49.99. Brandon says $35 on the first Willie album. Sold to Brandon Sanders, $35. Ornette Coleman, Twins. This is a white label promo, $49.99. Ornette Coleman Twins, white label promo. Mike Massey says he'll take 2 Casualties. Sold to Mike Massey. Ornette Coleman. Bucket, The Incredible Jimmy Smith. That is a Blue Note, and that is $49.99. Jimmy Smith. Slaves, this is a promo, I think it's a promotion copy, not for sale, on the label as well. $49.99. Groove Funk Soul, Joe Castro. Joe Castro is $49.99. Early Black Atlantic label there. Better Youth Organization presents Someone Got Their Head Kicked In. Is this a comp or is that an artist? This is a comp. Bad Religion, Social Distortion, Youth Brigade. That's from 1982. We've ultrasonically cleaned it. $49.99. Maximum Rock and Roll presents Welcome to 1984. That is from 1984. $64.99. 23 bands, 17 countries. $64.99 from 1984. Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. This is an out-of-print Rhino Start Your Off Right on red vinyl. That is $49.99. Tom Sullivan, First to the Punk comp. I think that's 2 there. So, Tom, let me know if you want, which one you want. And then with bus pick. I think he wants this one. And then Toby, I think, wants Maximum Rock and Roll, right? I think that's the order. Tom wanted this first one I showed, and I think Toby, then Dandy, wants the other one. With Social Distortion, yeah. So, yeah, Tom got the kind of pinkish looking one. Then Dandy got the other one. Wham! Fantastic. This is $34.99. This is a record we got from Japan, but I think it's actually a U.S. press or a UK. It's in shrink wrap with hype sticker. $34.99 for Wham! George Strait's Number Ones, Volume 1, Walmart exclusive blue vinyl. That is sealed, $39.99. Beatles for sale. I think this was the Mexico pressing. It is. This is a Mexico pressing, $49.99. Sinead O'Connor, The Lion and the Cobra. Really nice copy of that. $49.99, like near mint. The Jimmy Smith album was called Bucket. Blue Note, $42.35. Jimmy Smith, that's $49.99. YouTube Pop, an extremely rare Japanese pressing from 1997. That is $250. YouTube Pop from 1997. That is $250. Wow, there's some good stuff here that just got flipped over. Whoa! One record at a time. Jimmy Smith. Dolly Parton, Eagle When She Flies. This is a sealed copy, $99.99. Dolly Parton, Eagle When She Flies, $99.99. George Strait, Merry Christmas Straight to You. This is sealed, unopened, $49.99. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. This is $89.99. It's been ultrasonically cleaned. It's in shrink wrap. Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever. Help, The Beatles. This is an orange vinyl, Taiwan pressing, $74.99. Orange vinyl from Taiwan, $74.99. Ray Charles at Newport. This is a 1958 pressing. Really nice early Atlantic label. That is $49.99. Dokken Under Lock and Key is $49.99. Wow, how is this still here? Original inner sleeve, dock and under lock and key. About EX on the vinyl, $49.99. Captain Beyond, Dawn Explosion, that is sealed. Sealed Captain Beyond, $59.99. Pink Floyd, The Wall is $64.99. Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is a Holland press. Very nice looking copy. Tracy Chapman, self-titled, $94.99. That has never been repressed. It's never been reissued. It's got one little ding up here on the corner. Vinyl looks like it's new, and that is $94.99. That's like highly asked about. $49.99 for Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. Captain Beefheart is $49.99. Sell almost said Brandon Chanders, because I was going to say Charles. Sell him Ray Charles for $35. Uncle Meat is $99.99. This is an OTH press from 1969 with booklet. Top copy. The Mothers of Invention, Uncle Meat. Really nice copy. 69 OG press with the booklet, $99.99. The Beatles 67 to 70 on blue vinyl, $99.99. That's on blue vinyl, $99.99. Oop, I grabbed two. We have another Zappa. This is a 1968 pressing, also with the booklet. We're only in it for the money. We're only in it for the money, and that is $74.99. Sean said he'll give $75 for Tracy Chapman. I'll do that. It hasn't been here all that long, but I'll do that just because of this corner. Sean, if this one was pristine, hardly ever any less than 90. I'm going to say this one for 75 though. Sell that to Sean. Unfinished Music. This is John and Yoko on the Zapple label. Unfinished Music number 2, Life with the Lions. That is $44.99. Song for My Father, the Horace Silver Quintet. This is a VG Plus, $124.99. Also a Blue Note Jazz pressing, VG Plus on the vinyl. Sparks, Angst in My Pants, $79.99. George Strait, If You Ain't Lovin', You Ain't Livin'. This is an original sealed copy from 1988. Sealed, $74.99. The Best of Blondie, sealed, unopened USOG, $99.99. And John Lewis and Sacha Distill. This is a 1957 Deep Groove Mono, $99.99. The corner, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like it just got maybe bent or dinged. That's probably what's making it $75 and not $90 or more. Other than that, it's a really nice copy. This time of the year, these get expensive. People buy them for gifts. They get pricey on eBay. They get pricey on Discogs. Plus, you really don't know what you're getting. I've seen these before, sometimes beat up. You know, dog chew. I don't think it's dog chew. I don't like calling it that. Jim Nielsen on Blondie. That's sold to Jim Nielsen. I'll make sure this is pending for Sean. He says he's going to pass. And Jim Nielsen gets Blondie. We have When the Wind Blows, original motion picture soundtrack, $59.99. A dog might have chewed on it, I don't know. Might have been a rat or a cat. When the Wind Blows, original motion picture soundtrack. This is music by David Bowie, Roger Waters, Squeeze, Genesis. Not easy to get, $59.99. And this is Billy Joe Schaefer, Old Five and Dimers Like Me, sealed. Extremely hard to find, and we got a sealed one here. Billy Joe Schaefer, $199.99. Sealed Billy Joe Schaefer. Mothers Only in it for the money. Charlie DeFrank, this is on a blue Verve label. Very clean. I see one little scuff there. And this side here has just a couple scuffs, nothing non-audible. Nothing for us to have any condition notes on it. $74.99 our best offer. Pete says he'll give $100 for George Harrison. Pete, I've been holding on this for a while. I think I have a copy, but I don't think I have a UK press. So I'm going to sell that to you. $100. Sell that to Pete W. All right, let me flip through these titles one more time. As you see, I'm very negotiable. This is our oldest high-end stuff. Since this bin, we have filled up 4 others, everything $50 and up, and we've got some killer records. So, what I take 50. I will sell you Zappa for $50. Sell this to Charlie DeFrank for $50. George Strait #1s for $25. Greg Baldwin. Let me see what we got here. November 1st. Boy, we hadn't had that too long. $30, Greg. $30. Stones and Sinead 75. What was the... I don't remember a Stones record being in here. Stones and Sinead. There's Sinead. What was the Stones record? Oh, this one. 75. Yeah. Hold on a second. 30. 75, 30, 40, 35. Yeah. Okay, sell those to John Stevens for $75. Sinead and the Rolling Stones Still Life picture disc. Greg Baldwin takes George Strait for $30. And Billy Joe Schaefer is $199.99. It is sealed. The shrink wrap is partially torn right here. It's partially torn right here. It's sealed. It's never been opened. Billy Joe Schaefer. OG original monument. 1973 monument. Sparks for $50. Sell that to Jason for... Oh, hold on a second. I don't know if I want to do this one for $50. $79.99. Ooh, let's see. 10. We haven't had this one too long either. I'm doing bigger discounts on stuff we've had longer, like the ones I've sold before up until this point. That and George Strait, those have been here since like April. One had been here since February. This has been here since October 26th. It's also a gold stamp promo. 20, 10, 16, we'll say 20, 86. I'll sell this for $60, Jason. $60 on Sparks. $60 on Sparks. Okay, let me read through those titles one more time. Billy Joe Schaefer. Sparks. When the Wind Blows. Tracy Chapman. John Lewis. George Strait. Horace Silver Quintet. John and Yoko. The Beatles, that's on blue vinyl. Blue vinyl. Frank Zappa, Mothers of Invention. Captain Beefheart. Pink Floyd, The Wall. Captain Beyond is sealed. Dawkins, sold to Calvin Ward for $37. The Beatles, Help, orange vinyl from Taiwan. Tom Petty has been here since November 14th. Not long. These usually don't stay around long. I'm kind of surprised it's still in here. We just, there for a while, we were putting out so many insane records, I think it was overloading people. George Strait, Dolly is sealed. Jimmy Smith, all fair offers will be accepted. Any somewhat fair offers will be countered. YouTube Pop, Beatles for Sale, that's from Mexico. Wham, I think is UK. Superfly, that's sealed on red vinyl. Joe Castro, Slaves, Ornette Coleman, Ray Bradbury's Dark Carnival, Nico, The Jacksons is sealed with Hype Sticker. David Bowie, that's a German pressing. The Scream, that is autographed. Princess Trust Rock Gala, Hannah Montana, Tamla Motown Comp, and Jules Waylon Jennings. Strait Bundle. 2 George Straits left. They're both sealed. We have his Christmas album, and we have If You Ain't Lovin', You Ain't Livin'. I had 3 of these one night in a Christmas bin, and I sold them for $35. So I'll sell you that one for $35, and I'll sell you this for $60. That's $95 for both of them. $95 for both of those. Jason is going to pass on Sparks. So Before that, Jim asked condition of Beatles. Beatles is very nice. The cover just has some light shelf wear along with the top seam. Spine is good, front and back covers, and the vinyl and inner sleeves are very nice. Very nice on that. Next was straight bundle. I said 95. Jason is passing on Sparks, so if anybody wants that, $60. That's $20 off. And also, we had somebody pass on Tracy Chapman. I marked it down from 95 to 75. It has a little bit of corner damage. Other than that, it's really clean. That's 75 if anybody wants it. John Lang said Scream 110. John, I've had that since June. Oh man, I forgot. I think this was a trade-in. It's autographed by John Karabi. Let's see here. 149. Let's see. 120, John. 120. I'll say that for 120. $10 more. Wade, I've got it stickered for $149.99. Next comment was the wall, condition of the wall. It's a really nice copy. Cover that usually shows a lot of wear, not too bad at all. The vinyl on this is EX Plus to near mint. It's a Holland press. It's a Dutch press. It's very, very clean though. I think side 2 here is probably EX. And then side 1 looks EX Plus or better. Disc 2 looks almost near mint. So I think disc 2 is better than disc 1. Next was Ryan Anderson, Nico, and Zappa bundle. Let me pull those. I got one Zappa left, and we got Nico. Let me come right back to that Ryan first. Josh Fry said Chapman 60. 75 on that. It was 95. Somebody offered 75. I took it, and then it was retracted. So 75 is the price on that. 49 for Beatles Blue. Probably my best price on this gem is $75. $75 on that. Details on Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield is a limited edition red vinyl from Start Your Ear Off Right 2021. That is $49.99. $49.99. That was for Calvin. John Lang said sold on the Scream, and that was $120 to John Lang. Let's see. And then Charlie DeFrank says Sparks, info price again. And Jason's wanting to know what I'll take 65. Let me show this one more time. Sparks, Angst in My Pants, original inner sleeve. I'm pretty sure I sold this to somebody for like 75, and then maybe it was put back. This is really nice. And Charlie, that is originally $79.99. Let's see. And Jim Nelson said pass on Beatles Blue. Okay, pass on that. Jason's wanting to know if I'll take 55. Wow, what did I say? 55 or 65? What did I say? 60? Man, that's like a free record. And I guess Chandler is passing on the 2 George Straits. Is that right, Chandler? I had them laying up here. And Sean says he's a conditioned person. Okay, so here's what everybody's asked about, except Ryan's bundle. Ryan asked for these 2. Ryan, this has been here since June. I'll do 25% off. That is $75, and I'll do 30 on this, $15 off. It's been here since September. $105 for the 2. $105 for the 2. $60 counter for this. Yeah, I need $60 for that. And then price on John Lewis. John Lewis is, it was up front here. John Lewis was a 1957 Deep Groove Mono, $99.99. John Lewis and Sacha Distill. $99.99. Nice record. Okay. Any last requests? I need to take a quick break. I think that's why we had probably a couple people fall off because they probably knew I was about to stop anyway. We usually stop at 9:30. That took a little longer than anticipated, but that's great. We sold some great records out of there, and maybe with a couple more still pending. I think some people's maybe doing some research or pending, and I need to put Nico and Frank Zappa in there. That was for Ryan Anderson. So lots of records they're asked about. If we get these sold then great. That'll be another third of the crate. Most of the stuff in here, it's in the high-end bin for a reason. It's pretty good stuff. So, and the Zappa was Uncle Meat. The Mothers of Invention, Uncle Meat. It was originally $99.99. It's an OTH press, 1969. Wayne says, "Can you see my comments?" I can now. Can I see the Beatles Help label and price? The Beatles Help is a Taiwan pressing on orange vinyl, $74.99. We had a collection of these from the Atlanta batch. I listened to this. It's what you expect. It's really crummy, bad sounding Taiwan vinyl. I think it's more because of this right here, the color and the cover. I don't think it has anything to do with sound quality. If this was, if the value of these were based on sound quality, it would be $5. That's a really bad sounding record, but I think it's more just to collect. Okay, I didn't hear back from a lot of the other people. I didn't hear back from Chandler on the George Strait. Josh Fry, Tracy Chapman is 75. Nobody on Curtis Mayfield or The Wall, and Ryan Anderson on that. Nico only price. Nico was 44. Somebody asked for a bundle. I said 95 for both of them, which was 25% off that and $15 off that. He may be still thinking or calculating, or he may have got off, or he may just be watching quietly. So I'll probably pause for just a second. I'll come back at 9:15. I need to drink some more water. I think I'm out again. Yeah, almost. So those are, Jason said he'll take this, by the way, for $60. Sparks is sold to Jason for $60. Yes, I laid it over there. Yes, we're good. $60. Jason's worried about losing that one. It's yours. Don't worry. And then Nico and Tracy Chapman bundle. This one I already reduced $20. So $75 on that. And I guess if you just want Nico, $30, so that would be $105 for that. $105 for those as well. A couple people's flirted with Tracy Chapman for $75, but no one's taken it yet. All right, and so part two, I've got 3 more bins of new vintage arrivals. I've got 3 more bins of new arrivals, and I'll do some more high-end stuff. So we have a high-end bin I haven't shown in a long time, or I hadn't shown at all, and I had a stack of stuff that we couldn't fit into a bin that's been up here on a shelf, just sitting on a shelf, and I'll show that. So in part 2 as well. Brent Rabel says sold. That was $105 for Tracy and Nico. We may get another one of these next week. It may be 3 months. This one don't come through too often. Those are sold to Brent Rabley. Nico and Tracy Chapman, $105. I do have one more bin of 45s. I don't have many left. We're going to have a bunch ready by Thursday, and we'll do those other high-end records I keep referring to. So, all right, I was going to stop at 9:45. I was going to stop at 9:30, but we'll round up to the quarter, say 9:45. So we'll be back at 10:15. 10:15. May even start a few minutes early or late. 10:15. All right. I will see you.